Hello, welcome to the Grey Death, our New Year's celebration by talking about celebration of death. I am Dustin, your game master. I am the before I start, I'm going to go ahead and introduce everybody. Why don't we start with you, Jay, and then everybody just kind of throw yourself out there and who you are.
Oh, hey, what can I say? It's Jay, casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual, also Casual Creativity on Twitch, variety streamer, and also I am one of the members working with the Initiative Order Ttrpg experience, bringing new systems to your eyes. I'm also creating my own anime-inspired Ttrpg, where you get awesome influences from things like My Hero and Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, and so much more. That's on Deep Breath RPG on Twitter, Instagram, and our website, deepbreathrpg.com. That's DEEP bread thrpg.com. That's mostly what I do, all kinds of awesome stuff, and I'm excited to be here. Do we do character intros?
Not yet.
Okay. That's me. I'm a real life bard / paladin. You're welcome.
What about you, Maria? Why don't you go ahead and go?
Oh, well, sure. Hello. Hi there. My name is Maria. I go by Happy Capster on the internet. I am a variety streamer, TTRPG enthusiast, artist, loud person, all things. I'm also the community manager and production manager for Goblin Society Games, which is a TTRPG company that is working on making more fun things in TTRPG spaces that we want to see in play and such and stuff. I'm also a member of the Pathfinder game on Waffles Maple Syrup with Waffles is underneath me right now. That's why I pointed down. But over here somewhere, who can talk about themselves more than I can do that. That's me.
Well, Waffles, why don't you go ahead and go next?
That's me. I'm Waffles from Waffles Maple Syrup. I GM a Starfinder game on Tuesdays, and I play in a Pathfinder game that Maria was talking about every other Thursday. We basically just type in Waffles Maple Syrup, one word, you'll find us anywhere. We run 2 actual play streams that are found everywhere, from YouTube to podcasts to live streams, etc., etc.
And then finally, Zachary.
Hello, everybody. I'm Zachary. You can find me all around the internets at Zachary20XX. I do a little bit of streaming, no real streamed TRPG stuff right now, so this is kind of a little treat for me.
All right. And just a little bit on me, I am the host of the Fantastic Worlds podcast. I'm part of Fantastic Worlds Productions. We have 4 podcasts. We have our Fantastic Worlds podcast, which is using Pathfinder 1E Reign of Winter. We have The Greatest Show on Earth, which uses the Extinction Curse 2E Adventure Path. And we also have Far Beyond the Stars, which is our Starfinder podcast. And then we have a show called Fairy Tale Fix, in which we talk about fairy tales and how we would fix them. Well, not we, two of our hosts. Yeah, so check that out, fantasticworldspod.com. So why don't we go ahead and jump into the story here? And let me rearrange my windows here a bit so I can actually read it. Revolution has been a way of life in Galt for more than 50 years. The country cut its ties with the Imperial Cheliacs in the Red Revolution of 4667 AR. Wow, that's kind of a tongue twister. The interim government set up to oversee the nation after the ouster of its wealthy nobility, the Revolutionary Council, has been overhauled dozens of times as new leaders insist they can rule more intelligently, fairly, and peacefully than the last, and rise up in bloody rebellion against the prior regime. The former leaders are often sent to the final blades, magical guillotines that trap and contain the souls of those beheaded. Sent to the final blades. Beheaded. That the guillotines have fanciful names like Razor Jenny, Sharptooth Hannah doesn't make them any less ominous to the populace. Whether renamed as the Common Council, the Eye of the Law, the Galt Creed Pack, or any other monarchy, each revolutionary council merely follows its predecessors in an ongoing cycle of chaos and revolution that Galt can't escape. You find yourselves all in a room, and you hear the tick, tick, tick. The sound is a commanding presence in an otherwise quiet sunroom. So what adventures might we have in the room if you all want to introduce yourselves?
Well, I will go first. My name is Belthania Tyndall. I am of dwarven heritage. I stand about 4.5 feet tall, but I am about more muscle than I am other mass. My hair is about the length of my entire body. It's very red, very voluptuous, and usually held underneath a hat of some kind. I don't believe in wearing sleeves unless I am told to, so typically if it is not a high society standard, I'm usually wearing something that cuts off right at the sleeve so it can show off my very large, rippling muscles. And she is all, by she I mean myself, I am almost always smiling, because why do you not smile? It's a very nice time right here we're having, right? That's me.
All right. Waffles, why don't you go?
Yeah. I am playing a Gordleshy named Bright Burning Warmth. And they are just a little, they talk kind of like this, and they're just a little Gordleshy with a pumpkin face, and you see them carrying around a lot of pouches, and they got some stems coming off the bottom of the pumpkin, and they also smile all the time.
Zachary, why don't you go?
Hello, I will be playing Tolly, a little rat folk that talks like this, a little scavenger of the sewers and the wastes, and high society as well if need be. She is a gunslinger who might have a little magic up her sleeve. We'll see what happens.
And Jay.
I mean, when you look in that room, you see wonderful people, majestic in many forms. But the most interesting thing is the stumbling creature that has the obsidian black skin, hints of purple, and horns seeming like ripped off a goat and sewn to their skin, though it's just the way it seems to protrude from their head. The long hair of this elven, orcish, tiefling-esque creature. It's an amalgamation of all things, from a family full of people who love, well, everyone. And you'll take note of the interesting way of his gait, and he steps through. They look around, glistening beard made almost of smoldering appearance, the ashen red in it seeming blending with the pink, the pastel cloak of leather on its adornment. Yes, that is Silas Dwellings, cousin to Sherlock Not Holmes.
Hashtag or trademark TM.
Hashtag trademark.
So there the four of you sit, each a hero in your own right, but nevertheless still here at the answering the call of Camilla Dranik. Each of you were summoned to help Camilla search for a legendary remedy that can help maybe find a cure for the illness she has contracted. Through the rumor mill, you have heard that she does not have long before she succumbs to this illness. That is why it is a bit surprising when you see a perfectly healthy Camilla Dranik arrive through the door. And just to give you guys an idea of what she looks like, let me do some sharing time.
We love Sharon in this house, let me tell you what.
Sharon and Karen.
Oh my God, she is gorgeous.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There we go. All right. So yes. Yeah, she arrives and she seems very healthy and very upbeat. And hello, everybody. My name is Camilla. Pleasure to meet you.
Camilla, it is an absolute pleasure. You are seeming much more on your feet than I anticipated someone with such an illness as it was mentioned that you had to be.
Well, as an initial matter, I guess I should apologize for bringing you here under false pretenses. I'm playing a very dangerous political game, one I hope you will join me. And a bit of deception will help us both. You likely already
You lied
know
to us?
Trust me, it was not a choice. It was a protection of both you and myself. I'm sure you have heard of the Grey Gardeners and their Galt and their ruthless executioners. They maintain the final blades, the magical guillotines of such power that can trap souls of executed victims within them. The Grey Gardeners have a stranglehold on Galt's future. Their arrests, executions, and political machinations ensure my country can't ever rise from the stew of chaos in which it's boiled for half a century. Because the Grey Garters are always masked, hooded, no one ever knows who they are. Maybe the magistrates, shopkeepers, or even just some random citizen that's passing by, or perhaps they're beggars or cultists. I have hated the Grey Gardeners from the moment they've executed my mother in the final blade named Silent Lenore many years ago, but I knew to play the long game politically, and I've risen to the top of Galt's messy politics while waiting for a moment to strike back where's villains of Galt's. That moment's now, so you can understand why I need your help.
Well, I can see the need for it indeed. But to clarify, you're asking me to jump on the case on this one?
I'm asking you all to. Yes.
And you'll see Silas pull out a notebook and start writing down. All right. Grey Gardeners, circles and underlines.
Did you find a clue already?
Well, the name gives a lot to what they may entail, but I'm going to sit on these notes for a moment. Ponder I need a drink.
She waves her hand and over to there's a small stand with some different kinds of alcohol on the stand, some sifters to pour whatever you please help yourself.
Yeah, I would, but I'd rather it be brought to me. Ugh, poor establishment doesn't even serve me.
Well, I have to keep servants of light, unfortunately, in order to keep a low profile. So I'm sorry I don't have anybody to do that for you. I guess I could do it if absolutely need to.
No one should have to serve something like that in their own house. I'm sure Silas wouldn't mind this one time, perhaps serving themselves a little bit of a drink.
As you're all talking, you look over and Bright is pouring like 4 different types of alcohol that probably don't belong together all in one cup and walks it over to Silas.
See, Bright understands. As I have a skill learned called lore alcohol. When you mix the right things together, though it not seem a probable concoction, it creates a formula that truly takes a sip. Is impalpable, but truly invigorating.
Now, Miss Camilla, I do have to ask, what is it exactly that you are wishing for us to do? I may have missed it, but you have mentioned these Grey Gardeners and their abilities to separate body parts from political people, of which you are a political person, and so I see where your interest in that aspect might lie. But what do you wish for us to do? Do you want us to hunt down and destroy these Grey Gardeners? Do you want us to protect you should they come and find you? What exactly are you petitioning us for?
Well, the Grey Gardeners operate out of an old monastery in a riverside city of Letran. I have reliable intelligence that this masquerade the executioners are hosting has an ulterior motive, and the leadership is being recalled to Letran for this. Dignitaries from all across Galt are attending, and it's likely some of those dignitaries are Grey Gardeners themselves. I received the invite, but I'm feigning the sickness for 3 reasons. First, I want to quell the ridiculous suspicions that I am one of the Grey Gardeners by not going at all. Second, my illness gives good reason for agents I trust, you, to visit Letran in the guise of seeking a rare herbal remedy. And finally, I don't trust myself there. I am afraid I would just bring my sword out and just lay into anybody that I think may be responsible for murdering my mother. So I want you to infiltrate and possibly find a way to make sure that nothing no political machinations are put in place that might cause further harm to my country.
And to be clear from what you're saying, we're not supposed to just go in there and, take them all out? Because it seemed like that was off the table for you, but can we, if we need to, just like clean up the situation?
I trust you to do what you think is best. However, the Grey Gardeners are great, and you are very few. A investigation and research is probably the better approach for this event, for this quest.
Investigation, yes.
Yeah, did you get all that down?
Oh, I was drinking. Words.
Okay.
Stumbling and starts scribbling. Garden hoses. Looter.
Great
hoses.
garden hoses.
All right. I'm ready.
Well, when is this masquerade going to take place?
This masquerade will be happening in 5 days. It will take you 3 to journey to Letran, and that gives you 2 days in which to investigate and find a way to infiltrate this masquerade if need be.
I only need 24 hours.
I'll hold you to that.
Well, that's an extra 2 days that we can do some extra preparations then.
It sounds like you all are interested in joining my cause. Should you wish to help me, I do have a trusted friend, Kesnin Nesarmo, is an herbalist and follower of Pharasma. He should be a good cover for you because he is an herbalist and he will help you develop a remedy, and you can use that time while he's developing it to investigate.
All right. Sounds good. But as long as I get my normal payment for a job.
I am happy to give any payment that you see fit, within reason, of course.
Any?
And
Oh, within reason. Got it.
I just my usual payment is a favor.
well, that I am sure that could be arranged, and be sure to document all your expenses. I am happy to reimburse once again within reason. And she looks at you, Tally.
Reimbursement, you say? Flips out, starts writing more stuff.
Yeah, Eternal Stylist. Did you get that? Can you do you have a page in there for we can keep track of all of the expenses that we spend?
Reaches in a pouch.
The journey?
Drops like 12 mini notebooks and is like, oh, expenses. Oh, nope, that's naughty books. Nope, that's not for kids. Yes, I have a book for expenses.
Yes, and to help you, I have these items that I have stored that I figured might help you out. And she hands over an oil of keen edges, a greater eagle eye elixir, a moderate potion of resistance, and a vanishing coin talisman.
These are wonderful gifts. Thank you very much. What does that coin talisman do?
So I will add it up, and I close the window. Give me 1 second.
Oh no!
Yeah, I too would like to know about the shining coin. Thank you.
I think I know what the coin does.
Oh, okay.
As I look at it, I think if I can scan anything, because that's just what I do.
Okay.
Because I want to be extra.
Of extra.
Extra, read all about it.
Do you want to roll a investigation or?
I can roll investigation. I can also roll recall knowledge on anything. I can also roll recognize.
Give me a knowledge arcane.
Knowledge arcane. That is going to be 35.
Yes, you know this. Such trivial knowledge. Of course you would know this. This is the the vanishing coin. The copper coin dangles from a leather strip through a hole drilled in the center. Until activated, the coin becomes invisible for a few seconds at random intervals every few minutes. When you activate the coin, it casts second level invisibility spell on you and lasting until your next turn.
Oh, I remember this coin. Yeah. And like holds it, and it's like unlimited uses type thing. It's just like a
No, it's you attach it to your armor and it's a one use and then it disappears. Yeah.
Like rolls it through the middle of the knuckles. It's like the magic trick. Once you see it, does the whole hiding it in the hand, then it's gone, and you with it, and then makes it reappear. But I probably, if you don't mind, I might need this one. I like to not be seen.
Just does grabby hands. but okay, fine.
I'll let you get the next thing. I'll find something for you.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, but then the oil of keen ages, obviously it will give you keen on your blade when you use it. Greater eagle eye elixir gives you improved perceptions, stuff like that. And then moderate potion of resistance gives you resistance to potential adjuncts, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any other questions before you take your leave?
Oh, I think we're fine. We need to get to this masquerade, deal with the great garden hosers, and
You definitely got it. You got it. Yep.
That's all I need.
What's the vibe on this? So masquerade, what kind of masks are we talking? Is it just like standard eye ones? Is there like a theme? Like, do we all have to be dressed as a different type of animal?
I did not receive an invitation because I was sick. I am not sure of any of the details. That will be information you will have to procure once you arrive in Letran.
Silas, can you write that down?
Get to Letran, find out how we dress.
Letran, sorry, my brain went. Letran.
Go to the latrine and find out what the masks are.
I promise you, Silas wrote latrine anyway.
We're going to the latrine.
Yeah, you just said it how Silas heard it.
To the latrine, we deal with the off-white gardeners.
Yeah. So if you give me 1 second here.
Brett, did you have any questions?
No, I trust Silas. He's writing stuff down, and we're going to a raid.
Exactly. We're gonna go to Letran, have a ball, kill the prince. The same old. What? Wrong notes. Wrong job.
Raid the latrine, and we gotta wear masks so we don't get seen. Okay.
Yep. Excellent. All right, we're good. Yeah. We just gotta find out how to get into the masquerade and find out what we need to know from there.
All right. It takes you 3 days to travel from Isarn, where Camilla resides, to the city of Letran. For the most of the part, your travels are fairly quiet, wandering through the hills of Galt. But on the last day, you find yourself among a large number of people also traveling in the same direction as you. This might be a great opportunity to find some early information if you all wish to take it.
I will say for the first 2 days, Silas would spend 2 days researching all the notes about Letran.
Amazing.
Just to be ready when we get there. Silas may not seem like one, but it's very, very meticulous. And drunk.
All right. Yeah. Anybody wish to do anything?
Belle, once there's like more people around, Belle is a very conversationalist, so like on the couple days here, she would have been like chatting with anyone who wanted to chat about like mostly like her time on the sea in a boat where she spent the majority of her life, but would happily like entertain other conversations and knows her way around words and such. And so as soon as we're with other people, especially if it looks like we're all heading the same direction, she would like meander around trying to talk to people and being like, the striking up conversations eventually leading to, so have you heard that there's this big old get together that's going on later? And dead talking it up and trying to get any kind of extra information of like, you see, I was planning on wearing X, Y, and Z. What were you planning on wearing when you were the blah 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 blah?
And to that, Silas is going to be observing moving through the crowd to kind of do that, to use the idea of investigate and seek to see who seems the most pompous or pretentious among this caravan. I want to find someone who seems the most noble or most likely to have been invited to this gathering through their reactions to this dwarf moving through the crowd.
Well, that's the most interesting thing about this is you notice that you suspect that like a masquerade, if it's drawing all these people, for one, you see far more people heading to the city than what you suspect a masquerade would have. So that's an interesting point. The other stuff you notice is it's almost all like commoners, people who are bringing in their farmed goods, their like produce from the surrounding farms around in Galt, heading into Letran. So it's a little bit weird because you've heard of the masquerade, but what you didn't hear, why don't you guys give me, I believe gather information is under diplomacy now.
Oh, gather information?
Yes, go right ahead and roll me a diplomacy.
If I'm correct, I have an ability, since I've been investigating this whenever I'm trying to look into certain things, any of my allies who are trying to tap the same check to get information, they can get a circumstance bonus.
Ooh, right.
I think it's
circumstance bonus.
I think it's a +2 for this.
That sounds right.
I love a twofer.
Yeah. Would I be able to use my Schooled in Secrets feat, which allows me to use occultism when I'm looking for cults and other secret societies and how they declare affiliation to like other members? Like, scope out if I can piece together if we got any Grey Gardeners here.
You would quickly pick up the Grey Guard. You probably do see a few, particularly because they tend to be a lot more. It's not necessarily that they look the part, but they're much more closed off. Like you go to ask them and go, basically, that's none of your business. Why are you asking questions? Very standoffish, as opposed to the average commoner who is more just like kind of talkative, but more you sense the fear around them when being asked that question specifically, because they don't want to be executed, because that's what the Grey Gardeners do. So they are the judge, jury, and executioner in this land. But what you do realize is that most of these people are coming because they're celebrating. It's what's called the Harvest Jubilee, and it's because Letran plays an important nexus for food distribution throughout Galt. But the Harvest Jubilee has been delayed for about 4 years, and it's a particularly large festival. So it's also the 50th anniversary of the Red Revolution. So there's just there's been a lot of chaos that has kept this festival from happening. And so the ranchers and the farmers and all these the commoners that are heading into the city have their suspicions about like the city dwellers, and they don't really want to go. They see it as an opportunity to kind of basically make some money, make some coin. So they're all heading that way. You all, why don't you go ahead and give me that diplomacy then?
That's a 36.
I got a 30.
All right.
30.
Bright got a 2.
Through all these conversations.
Wait, Bright, what'd you get?
A 2.
Thank you, Bright, for refilling my alcohol.
Bright's walking around taking alcohol from other people and pouring it in Silas's glass.
It's never empty. It's never been empty.
I might have to have you roll a Constitution check at some point.
Oh, it's definitely going to be necessary.
What you're realizing is that I think you all are being able to put together the fact that this is an excellent ruse to hide who are Grey Gardeners and who's not. Because if you all of a sudden had all these dignitaries arriving in the city for this masquerade, it'd be very obvious who the attendees are. Whereas if you're having a giant Jubilee celebration where literally thousands of people are coming into the city from out of town, then it allows you an appropriate amount of anonymity. So that is what you all are starting to realize.
Based on that, does anyone, based on any check I can do, seem to be particularly defensive about the Grey Gardeners, someone that might have more information than others?
No, in fact, they're all from pretty much all surface because like I said, they are all people coming into the city. Most of them are not city dwellers. You know that there are a lot of people that are very standoffish when you ask them about it. Some out of fear, some out of just being bothered that you even asked them the question.
I'm gonna update my notes. People are rude.
Yep.
An astute observation.
It appears that the Grey Gardeners are smarter than I thought. They seem to blend in the masses, allowing all individuals to appear equal. It's a stratagem used in military tactics as well, espionage, to indoctrinate individuals. If no one stands out, then no one can be caught. If no one is identifiable, no one can be claimed to be part of it. So it's best we approach carefully. If they're willing to be that discreet or capable, that also means they have ears and eyes looking out for those that ask one too many questions. Or something. Drinks another.
As you all are kind of wrapping up your discussion with all these people heading towards the town, you see in front of you the city of Letran, and we're going to take a quick break here to announce, that this is a fundraiser for Jasper's Game Day. A $5 donation can add a 1d4 to a player of your choice. A $10 donation gives a player your choice of a hero point. $15 is my personal favorite. You give the GM a villain point, or even $55, add a monster of appropriate CR. I try to say that the appropriate CR is a CR 20, but everybody keeps telling me that's an inappropriate CR. Or
maybe if they donate more.
Yeah. Or if you want to make $100 donation, and have a reasonable item, a reasonable idea, we're happy to hear it. So I hope to hear from all of you. Oh, it looks like we just got some hero points for Waffles and Happy Caps. There we go. So thank you all for listening to this and supporting us, supporting Jasper's Game Day, excuse me. Going back into the city of Letran. You arrive to find Kezanin's shop. Soul Mother's Herbs. You find it with relatively ease. It's tucked away in an unassuming side street. Oddly enough, the vibrant fragrance that drew you to the building is the smell of flowering plants and aromatic herbs, and it gives a pleasant smell to the entire street. So there you go, standing in front.
Silas just barges in.
Wait.
Yeah.
I have some stuff to give y'all before we go.
Oh, okay. Drinks.
And then Bright's head opens up like in the middle because it's a little pumpkin head.
Yeah, like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yep, like a jack-o'-lantern basically. And they begin to reach in with a bunch of hands, and being an alchemist, Bright can make a lot of things at level 10. So each of you have one antidote, one anti-plague. So just remember, like, stuff for poison, stuff for diseases. And I'll let you know what they do if it ever comes about it. And then you all have 3 elixirs of life moderate, like each.
You have an antidote, an anti-plague, and what was it?
3 elixirs of life. So those are like healing potions, basically.
This is not alcohol, right?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I can't really use those for what you're doing.
Throws it in
But
the
here,
pocket.
this too. Last one. And then they keep digging around and reach and give all of y'all one rod. And it's what Bright spent all their money on in character creation, and everyone has one immovable rod.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, you can just put it places. People trip, that kind of stuff. It can hold your drink sometimes.
Immovable rods are one of the most dangerous weapons in all
And
of,
there's
all of...
3 of them now.
Mhm.
Silas
You could actually do the-
specifically slides that
Mhm.
to the breast pocket.
Okay, that was it. I'm sorry.
This is oh, thank you so much, Bright.
Bright's
Have a lot of
delightful.
fun with this. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in jail before this is over.
Well, maybe,
Cousins!
Not if we play it right.
And yeah,
We
then
should
we'll
all
barge
go
in.
together.
I prefer not to go back, but all right.
What's inside? You see a towering Tengu. The best explanation I can give of what this Tengu looks like is a bird Benjamin Franklin. Let me show you a picture.
I'm so excited.
Benjamin Franklin.
That's so evocative.
Oh my god, but you
Oh, yeah,
were
That is a bird,
wrong.
Benjamin Franklin.
That's very, yeah.
Oh, I
Bird.
did spell it
Beautiful.
right.
Yeah, it makes one of us.
You
Incredible.
So how hard does Silas barge in there, Jay?
Silas has like no strength, so it's like Silas is like, "Arr!" and the door kind of just opens, you know.
So he looks your way and goes, "Welcome to Soul Mother's Herbs. How may I help you?"
Kes9, yes. I was told you know things about gardening, particularly of the between black and white kind.
I'm sorry, real quick. I have to pause because Master Ursus, that was hilarious. That he's a founding feather. I'm sorry that
Founding
just
feather.
got me.
It's
I
awful.
kinda
Excellent
lose a
use of
little bit.
highlight message. Thank you for highlighting.
I'm sorry, Jake. Can you go ahead and repeat what you said? It just totally threw me off.
Yeah, you know things of gardening, particularly of those of the black and white blended variety.
Black and white blended variety.
Also, Camilla sent us.
Oh, yes,
Oh.
that's her name. I put Carnelian, but I didn't sound right.
He's like, well, come in. And you notice he goes to the door and he quickly looks in both ways and then closes the door and go, follow me. Do you all wish to follow him?
I
I
will
will.
follow while
Yes.
keenly using my biographical eye just to know every detail I know about this person, everything short of their weaknesses.
You get the sense that he is an herbalist of some sort. So if anything, Waffles probably would connect because of potion making. That's basically the kind of same area. He obviously has a love for plants and herbs and spices and everything around that, because as he walks you through to a room, you travel through multiple well-maintained greenhouses that obviously show the breadth of his knowledge around herbs and plants.
At any point when we're walking through, if I see like nearby that there's any like paperwork or anything like that, I have a feat called Glean Contents where I can try to real quick read what's on those. I want to make sure that this fool is not trying to double cross Camilla or anything like that. So if there's any like surreptitiously hidden things, and even if they're sealed, I can kind of maybe glean the contents of them. If I fail, they notice, but I can maybe.
Go ahead and give me
It's specifically, I can attempt society checks to decipher writing on a message only partially glimpsed, upside down, reversed from your perspective, or even sealed.
Yeah, why don't you guys give me the checks you want to do, and then I will tell you what you figure out.
Cool.
Anybody trying to investigate this individual due to my investigation, because I can do 2 and I'm investigating this person, gets a +2 circumstance bonus. You're welcome.
So that society check was a natural 20 for a total of 32.
Woo! All right.
Mine's a 31, not natural 20. Dang
All
it.
right.
Dang.
You are able to quickly pick up that this guy is just this bird is a bird of a feather in terms of when it comes to herbs and remedies. You see scribbles all over the place of recipes, of attempted figuring out things. But what you do notice, what's interesting, is they all have a slant towards healing or like remedy. You don't see anything along the lines of poisons or dangerous things. So you get the intention that this guy is a good feather. Just
Cool,
to keep the
cool,
puns
cool.
going.
Excellent. As Zach said, an herb burb.
He's an herb bird, yes.
Bride is walking around looking at all the plants, very distinctly connecting to this person because that's basically what they do. They don't really have anything that hurts or anything. It's just all healing kind of plant remedies. So
Yes.
Alright.
So if either you can I say Belle? Is Belle okay for?
Yeah, Bella's perfectly fine. Yep.
Yeah, Belle or Silas. If you were herbalist or any kind of potion making, I would say you would be able to pick up a few formulas from your from your looking around. But nope.
Yeah, I damn.
So,
Nope.
I
A
am.
lot of things. That's not one of them.
so then he finally arrive into the back where there is a spacious sitting room, and he gestures for all of you to sit. And as you're doing that, he's quickly closing all the curtains and kind of trying to make this room as enclosed as possible. So Camilla sent you. May I ask what she sent you about?
to the latrine.
For the Grey Gardens,
We have to find masks
so we can dance
at the raid.
and not panic at the disco.
Okay.
That's about it.
So if I am understanding you correctly, you're trying to investigate the masquerade.
Correct.
That's the word. Yes. Okay.
Let's
Yep.
investigate.
Yeah.
That's what
I was
do.
missing some syllables. I knew it.
Well, I don't have much, but here's what I can tell you. That event posted by the Grey Gardeners is invitation only masquerade ball. It will be held in 3 nights. I know previously that they said 2, but they had to push it back a day for some reason. Invitations are virtually impossible to come by. Certainly those with invitations, because of the need for secrecy, are not advertised. The mask will be held in a great ballroom of the Grey Gardeners Monastery headquarters. The Grey Gardeners have always kept their monastery closed to outsiders. Even learning that the old monastery had a ballroom was news to me. The event is supposedly providing unprecedented access to the mysterious Grey Gardener leadership. With so many people in town for the Harvest Jubilee, my guess is that was a ruse, because there's just so many people here that we haven't had a Jubilee in ages. So the fact that we're having it now just seems awfully suspicious. There seems to be more Grey Gardeners in town than usual, and many of them probably clandestine leadership. The Grey Gardeners must be up to something. I'm not sure what it is. There's some rumors that they're planning some kind of revelation or an announcement to the mask attendees, but even the invitees don't know supposedly what's going to be happening there.
Do you have an invite?
I want nothing to do with the Gardeners. I keep my nose as clean as possible because that's how I'm able to help people.
Well, that kind of circumvented the question. Did you get an invite?
I did not get an invite, no.
All
Do
right,
you
I was just
know
making
of
sure.
someone who might have acquired an invite?
Yeah, I think we just need one, and then I can probably make 4.
I unfortunately do not know of a invite or how to procure. Like I said, I try to stay far away from their matters. I do not wish to bring too much attention upon myself. That being said, you all are welcome to stay here in my upstairs rooms for while you're doing your investigation. Under the sky, guys, that you researching a remedy for Camilla. So that is I am happy to provide. Unfortunately, this is gonna just have some good old fashioned sleuthing around town is what's gonna be necessary for this.
My first question then, is there a local watering hole? With people coming on in from everywhere, there's bound to be individuals who are there for a little bit to drink and a little bit too much to drink and a little bit of a quality talking time.
Yes, there are a couple wad holes. There's one called the Plot and Hook Tavern, which has been kind of a renowned place for people. But keep in mind that the gardeners have eyes everywhere, so every question asked is one more eye towards you.
I'm just hoping there's someone with a little bit of a pocket that's exposed to air, if you know what I mean.
Thievery,
I totally
yes.
understand.
Well, all right, yes.
With that, he goes, Camilla has been sending me a stipend under the guise of looking for a remedy, but she gave me directions to put it towards some helpful elixirs for all of you when you arrive, and so he gives you 4 major elixirs of life.
Ooh. Those are good.
I have too many healing potions. I'm scared.
What
I
could
have a
this
lot of
be?
healing potions.
Well, I
Major
suppose
elixir.
this Plot Hook and Tavern would have a great assortment of, well, alcohol.
Yeah, I think Silas could use a drink. The supplies seem to be running low.
Only a little bit, and I've only drunk most of it. I mean, a little bit.
All right. Well, if you all wish to head there next, I'm assuming.
Might as well.
On the way, Bright will kind of speak up a little to everyone and say, I can come, or I can kind of sit out. Usually I don't draw the best attention.
Oh, you'll be fine. We actually need a bit of attention for my plan.
Oh, okay.
What is your plan, if you don't mind me asking, Silas? Because I think all of us being on the same page would be good to not draw unnecessary attention.
It's fine. There's no such thing as unnecessary attention for this
Oh,
plan.
I highly disagree about that one right there.
Oh, well, the idea is, if they're watching, then we need to get noticed. If we get noticed, what better way to get invitation than to, I don't know, be considered amongst their ranks?
Now, how noticed are we talking here? Because, yeah, can we get like a scale of 1 to 10 on how noticed we would like to be?
Well, my goal is to get to this tavern, speak with a few people, get them annoyed just enough of my questions so that they try to ask me a few things, observe the situation, see who reacts, follow them, investigate them, get the truth of what I need, find out how the Great Guard is connected to the city, get the connection to the higher political officials, get the connection to the Guard and how they manage that, get that to the connection to the nobles, then circumvent that through the ways that their house is laid out, find their connections, their family, their friends, and their job, and get how they get their security in the way that they establish their life, get all that formulated together, then use that to exploit them to get my own invitation or acquire theirs and their friends. You know.
Right, we have 3 days.
I only need 22 hours.
Oh,
I spend most of my time reading on Letran on my way here. I know the general layout of this entire city and generally which person lives where, and based on the acclimates of the fact that letters are sent out in public information, you usually get that domain information on all the names. I know the names of most of the people that live in this city. I just need to put a name to the face and the face to the name and the connection to who their family, especially who owns businesses, and nobody wants their business messed with.
I think halfway through that explosion of information, Belle had like turned towards Tolly and Bright and had said, so what what kind of plans do y'all have? Because it seems like Silas has a solo plan in mind.
In the middle of that plan, I've like opened a little pocket on my many pocketed cargo's vest situation, and my little rat familiar has come on. I'm like, Baxter, hey, I think you might be there was an attention getting phase, and I think you might be part of that. So just keep your head on a swivel, little guy. And then we do a little high five with her.
Just a quick question. Did you guys say this in front of Kenzen?
I imagined we stepped away, but
I
it
think
sure
we
would
were
be funny
en
if
route,
we were
but
still there.
I can allow it to be.
Anthony could have heard my entire plan.
We're walking up very loudly.
Kenzen goes, attention is not what you want to draw here, because they don't go, oh, they might be a good person, we want to be in our party. They go, we want to join our crew. They're going to be more like, oh, these people are big talkers and asking a lot of questions and we need to kill them.
They are very well known for having very large, sharp implements for which to behead people.
And then like Silas turns and you'll see this like look of like this demonic fury, almost fire from the eyes. It's fine, because then I just make sure that I threaten their entire livelihood, and people don't want to speak when they know they can lose everything. Or
Right.
something. Takes a drink. Sorry about that. The heritage, the ancestry, it sparks things, and I get excited. A drinking calms it down.
Let's strive to get to a masquerade and not get incarcerated or beheaded or whatever kind of happens in between that. I think we should. I do enjoy the concept of your plan, Silas, and I like Tali, your familiar initiative. It's really up to you if you want to go or not. I don't think we're going to be unnoticed. We are, in fact, strangers in this place. So it is up to you. If you wish to go or not.
My plan was just to keep y'all alive, I think. So I should probably go.
That's very sweet of you.
It's really nice that someone is looking out for that, because we're really getting into some potentially hairy territory with the plan we were working on.
Well, I wanted to keep the Calinthia alive, but she's not sick, so now it's y'all.
Mhm.
Well,
That's fine. Yeah.
And here you do all benefit from the same reason the Grey Gardeners have made the Jubilee happen. You are among a crowd of thousands of outsiders, people from outside the town, so you benefit just as well as they do from that.
Fine, I'll
We
only
just need
ask
invitations.
questions. I'll do questions that don't bring attention and get the invitations that we need.
If you do ask questions, Silas, I mean, you can be as flamboyant and distracting as you would like. We can also try to take advantage of that if you, all right. Here's a secondary scenario. During my time on the seas, I have perfected quite a few things, a few feats of athleticism and such, and I like to think of myself as a mild performer. What I could do is perhaps put on a small impromptu show, perhaps with the help of Brett, maybe perhaps Tali and her friend. That way, Silas and whoever else of you would like to speak to those who might be distracted by my prowess can do so more easily, maybe?
Alright, I'll play this one closer to the vest. I'll do this the boring way.
I'm sure there will be an apt time for your true potential to shine, Silas. Maybe not in a town full of people who could definitely, absolutely destroy us, though.
That's fair. I could get away, but I realize that you all don't have the same flair.
I think we looking around at the rat folk person, the actual walking gourd, and big buff me. I think we have plenty of flair to go around.
And Silas looks and is like, being the almost normal one of the group.
Pathfinder 2E.
Woohoo!
But still, the plot in Hook Tavern. I'll see what I can find discreetly. But if that's the case, I may have to call a friend instead.
Oh.
Oh.
All right.
I'm
Friends are
gonna use
good.
your lifeline.
When you get there, I'll meet you there.
All right.
Okay. I mean, we will be eventually going to a party, so more friends could probably be good. Yeah.
And then for now,
Right.
Silas will journey with everyone towards the plot and hook. For now.
Fantastic.
So here is the interesting thing: is you get to the Plot and Hook Tavern, and it is soberly dry. There is not a lot of people drinking. Everybody is very like professional and like sipping tea instead of alcohol. And someone roll me a perception.
Silas is going to roll in pure disgust.
I will aid.
That's wow. I forgot how math works. 33.
32 for an aid.
You look around and you see everybody is just looking, their eyes are darting back and forth suspiciously, because nobody trusts each other, because everybody's like, are you a Grey Gardener? No, they're a Grey Gardener. And they know that the oddest drunken slip up might mean death for them. This is how much of a fear that the Grey Gardeners have on the city, you're realizing.
Silas would like to try to notice the calmest individual.
Okay. What was your perception again?
32, 33.
33, I think.
33.
Plus
33.
whatever 32 aid gets you from
Yeah.
Waffles.
The calmest individual is the bartender.
Makes sense.
So,
Just vibing.
Silas is gonna
sit there,
go ahead.
yeah, he's just sitting there cleaning his job, like this. He's cleaning the same mug glass. It just doesn't like. Obviously, he has nothing going on because everybody's sipping tea, so he just cleaning the same mug glass.
Yeah, he's
over
got
and over again.
a towel that goes over his shoulder,
So-
and occasionally he's cleaning the mug.
This is my moment to shine as Silas will approach because my background, barkeep.
Hey.
So I'm gonna sit at the bar, set my cup down, and top shelf best stuff. If you wouldn't mind.
Hey, you don't look like you can afford it.
They say that a lot about me, but if I ask for it, is there any need not? You have nothing else to do.
I like it that way. But fine, give me 10 gold.
10 gold. We'll set it down and we'll do a sleight of hand. It's fake gold. But it's perfectly polished. It's perfectly crafted. I have a pouch of 100 fake gold, and that's just what my life is
Gonna
about
get
to do.
us so murdered. So incredibly murdered.
During all this, I do have a question, kind of like out of character.
Yeah.
Like I forgot the whole like beginning of the story. Were we supposed to, like, if we're not Grey Gardeners, is that bad? Like, is that innately bad for the purpose of the party? Are there a lot of not Grey Gardeners here?
It's unknown,
There-
right?
There is an abnormally high amount of Grey Gardeners here because of the celebration,
Sure.
but nobody knows who they are. But,
Okay, but
if you are,
if somebody
Grey
if somebody finds out that you're not a Grey Gardener, is that a bad thing?
No, because this entire town is, for the most part. I mean, it's probably like 10% all are Grey Gardeners, and the rest is normal citizens, kind of thing. It's just
Okay.
they have such a level of fear. They have instilled a level of fear on our citizenry. So
I think it's more if it seems like you're going against the Grey Gardeners, that's when they have a problem.
You're like
if you're
kind of
kind
ambivalent.
if you're kind of nothing, then you're nothing.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if
Exactly.
you're nothing, you're nothing. It's like if you're something,
Yeah,
you're
that's
something. And
Mhm.
if you're
That
up, you're
being-
up. You're down, you're down.
That being said, the Grey Gardeners have a lot of power, and the fear they instill makes them very much vigilantes that can kind of do whatever they want. So that means if you are a commoner and you rub them the wrong way, as Bell has intimated, they will beheadings is a very common thing.
They name their guillotines.
Or modus operandi, yeah.
When you name your murder weapon, that's how you know it's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Give me a deception with your roll with your coins there.
19 on the die. My deception, that's 39.
Very good.
Okay, yeah. He sits there. You notice he looks at it and he takes a bite of it. And he's like, oh, whatever. And he takes it and puts it in his pouch or whatever. Yeah. So you each he gives you a top shelf beer.
And I'm going to be using my biographical eye to get an idea about if he's a barkeep, he's the calmest one. I want to analyze specifically if there's anything about him that doesn't match what a barkeep would be capable of doing. If he has different acquired calluses, he has a different walk and approach, something to show that something's off as opposed to determining what he can do.
You notice, yeah, he is not a typical bartender. You pick that up right away. Mainly what you see is his eyes darting over, like he gives, in those, like a show about an FBI agent or something, how they like read the room and they show about like, oh, I've seen all these things. That's kind of what you're picking up is he is very sharply picking up all the details in the room that are odd or different and like kind of making a mental note. You get the idea that he might not be a Grey Gardener, but he's definitely somebody who is a he believes in their ethic, kind of idea.
And also, I'd like to use my free feat. That's odd.
Okay.
Basically, when I enter a location to the room recorder, I notice one thing out of the ordinary.
There is one teacup on a stack of teacups that is gold for some reason, and the rest of them are normal.
That's real odd. That's real odd. And when he gave me when he got me the drink, did the way he poured seem like someone who's a natural barkeep, or does it seem like he's kind of not really done this before?
There is a massive head on this beer when he poured it. Okay. You can tell that he does not know how to pour a beer.
Yep. So I know he's definitely not a legit barkeep. Is everyone else around me, or did you guys stay back?
I think Bright's at least staying back, and at some point before we're like getting way into the bar is pulling on Bill's sleeve to try to get her attention.
Okay, because depending if you guys are nearby,
you're muted, Bill.
Thank you. Belle was like getting ready to move towards the opposite side of where Silas was going, and then feels the sleeve being pulled and looks over. Yes, Brad. What can I do for you?
Hey, what if we just tell people that we're not the Grace, and then we find a friend? And we can go to the party with them because we see their invite. Because then we have a friend. Yeah.
That is that is an approach that I do not typically go for. However, looking around the room, I do think that these people might be in need of a friendly face. So maybe that is a way to go. How about this? And if Tolly is around,
I probably
motion.
Pop into this conversation.
Why don't I do what I said I was going to do? We start a little bit of a party. We get people a little bit less tense, maybe. And then
open this pit up, yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe we get it a little bit rowdier. We can see how it goes. But if yourself, Brighton, maybe you, Tolly, want to perhaps try to make a friend of some kind. Maybe we could try it that way. While Silas seems to be making some good headway with the barkeep over there. So we can try it from two different angles.
Yeah. So you want me to start a party?
I mean, I'll start a little bit of a party if you just want to do a little commingling, little chattering around people. You are a friendly face, and I think some people here need a friendly face.
Okay. Hold on. And you see them reach back into their head again, and they pull out
trying to
different...
hide this from everyone else,
They pull out 3 different things, and you see them attach 2 sticks with some kind of glue, and they hand it to you, Belle, and say, look, you put this on the sticks, and then you just snap them, and it'll make it all bright and a little smoky in here, like a party. Basically, I sovereign glued a sun rod and a smoking stick together.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I will say, Silas will kind of like lean back. Well, I do say this barkeep really knows how to pour a drink, but it's a stack that seems imperceptibly delightful. I'm using my skillful lesson, double speak. That message says that I'm talking about the barkeep does not appear to be who they appear to be. People who've traveled with me at least a week would know the truth of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you gesture with the glass and it's all foam like,
So
I see.
Why don't you, Belle, roll me a performance?
Excellent. Yeah, Belle would go to the opposite side of the table, or the place. If there is a table that has no one on it, would like shove it against the wall. If there's not a stage or a place,
there's a stage. There's a
there's
stage.
I will not do that then.
You can see a layer of dust that the stage has not been used for a very long time.
Fantastic. Oh, I would before I go to Tolly, I would say, can I borrow your movable rod, please?
Oh yeah, do you need an extra? I'm
I
like
would
digging
love
through
a
to find where I
second
put it. Just like, oh, okay, yeah.
Thank you very much. I would go over to where the stage is, and would posture myself in a performative manner and shout out to the crowd, friends, foes, and those who have decided or are undecided between those two, those who travel between realms. Hello, my name is Belthania Tendall. I'm here to offer you a bit of reprieve from this dreary and dull world. And I'm going to reach up as high as I'm going to take both immovable rods, do a little jump, click them mid-air so that they're like handlebars, and I would like to do basically some gymnastics.
All right. Well, then do me an acrobatics or performance, whatever one you would prefer to do.
Can I do athletics? Do I have a thing? Hang on, I might have a feat that is fun and cool. Where is it? I feel like there was one. There was one I was looking at that was like, yo, you can do cool things.
Well, you're looking that up, Belle. Silas, I'm gonna give you a little tidbit too. Is you see Belle starting to get in place to do this, and from previous conversations, you know what she's doing. But you think more about that golden teacup, and you realize that it is the key point that will cause all those teacups to collapse and cause a huge distraction for the bartender if you choose to pull it or move it or have it come out. And that might, his eyes not being on everyone might be an opportunity to talk to people without his eye constantly on everybody.
As this is happening, I know I had already looked for the barkeep, who was pretty calm. Is there anyone else in the crowd that seemed less tense than others? Seemingly,
no. The barkeep is everybody else's tenseness is a fear-based tenseness. You can pick that up. I'm gonna say you have that.
Got it. I think I know. I have an idea. So I'm gonna wait for this performance, and the performance itself should be enough to make I should go for the teacup, or this might be enough to shake it. Just
no, you'll have to do some way to get that teacup to moved.
Yeah, I'm ready now.
You're noticing that the performance is going to give you that opportunity to do it without pulling attention to yourself.
And while the performance is being set up, Bright is glancing around and would be drawn to anyone that is of like Fey origin, whether it be like a sprite, another Leshy, etc., etc.
Yeah, I would actually say you see another Leshy, which is weird because you don't see a lot of other Leshies out there. This one particularly is a pine Leshy, so it's evergreen, and it kind of looks like a mini Christmas tree in many ways with arms and legs. It's a little sad because it's New Year's, and that means it's recent holiday festivities where it probably makes most of its coin, being a movable Christmas tree for very rich citizens among the town. So it's kind of just relaxing and just kind of sad because it has to wait a whole year before it gets to be used again.
Okay. Yeah, Bright will sidle on up to that table and sit down and just kind of begin to make small talk and be like, they're doing something over there with smoke and And basically, I'm just setting up for a role-play scene during the
The
performance.
moment you say smoke, though, the less she kind of freaks out because fire is scary.
Yep.
Fire is bad.
I think Bright would know that and be like, no. It's like, it's party smoke.
Okay.
I'm spending a hero point, by the way, to re-roll that. Roll that I did.
I would like to, while that's happening, devise a stratagem to remove the teacup. That way I can use intelligence for what I'm about to do. But I have to re-roll. I have to roll it before I can do the action.
Okay. What's your performance there, Belle?
26.
Okay, and Tally, what are you going to be doing?
So there's two things I would like to look out for. One, if there's anyone in this crowd that has a large bag that could maybe be enterable by, say, a rat-sized creature. And then two, if there is a place that, say, someone could hide, like on the far side of the bar or behind a wall, that they could turn into a rat-sized creature without being noticed during the hubbub. Just theoretically.
Questions. These are very good questions.
Let me see here.
Hypothetically.
Belle, you have garnered a lot of attention. That means Tally, you can easily go around down a little hallway where the restrooms are. The actual latrines, not Letran, I
found the Letran.
And that will give you the opportunity to do that if you would like. Mm-hmm. So everybody's starting to look at Belle. Go ahead.
Yeah, at some point I'm like curled over where like my knees are over the bars, and I snap that like that my glow stick smoke signal, the party stick, and it's like it's pretty cool.
You're starting to get the ED, like the not ED, the
EDM.
The EDM, like the flashing and the
yep.
And I think there's somebody in the group that is in this bar that's a musician, because you also hear these like beats against something like a table or something, like creating music to it. So that's what's going on. Silas, what are you doing? Did you figure out your stratagem to get that teacup out?
Yeah, so I'm assuming, since we're at he gave me beer, I got a coaster, and if not, I'll grab the coaster. Have grabbed it earlier, because you don't mess up the bar stand. Barkeep rule 101, don't leave it up there. I'd like to use the coaster to fling it over at the teacup to knock it over while moving away.
Okay, give me a ranged attack.
Perfect, because I can use intelligence instead, because otherwise I'd have been terrible. That is 29.
You hit that teacup with precision, and at first you knock it out and you think it's a Jenga situation where you've so perfectly hit the cup that it just sits there. But then you see like a little clink as one teacup falls, and then all of a sudden, all over the floor behind the stand, just all these teacups litter all over the place. And you see the bartender frown as he realizes he has to go clean all that up. So he is now behind the bar picking up hundreds of little glass porcelain pieces from teacups, and his eyes are off the crowd, and you feel the mood in the bar just visibly lessen with the eyes off of him. So this gives you your opportunity to chat with people. Now, this is going to be a very interesting gather information. Each of you can roll a gather information check, or a diplomacy, excuse me, because gather information doesn't exist in 2E anymore as a skill. I want you to specifically say what you're looking for, whether it's the Grey Gardeners, the Masquerade, etc. And I will see what information I can provide to you based on your diplomacy roll.
And if I'm trying to look for multiple things, because I have like 6 different feats that let me look for information, because I'm looking for specifically information regarding the Grey Gardeners in how to, if I can find out a member specifically, and or how to get to the Masquerade. So that's a core connecting factor I'm looking for.
Okay. Well, I will tell you that this is probably going to have to be discussion based, not evaluation based, which is probably going to annoy Silas. But these people would not dare have anything that's like would connect them or like identify them in any way.
That's fair. Then Silas is going to actually have to talk to people, which is gross.
I think as all this
I hate when I have to talk to people.
So does Bright, honestly, but I think as all this kind of starts off, Bright will kind of lean over to the other Leshy and be like, "Are you been invited to the masquerade?"
Okay, roll me a diplomacy there.
Yeah, I got a natural 12 for a 12.
This tree is too screwed up by the smoke. It panics him, and you trying to talk to him about the masquerade just is enough nerves for him to take off.
Okay.
All right.
Round face.
This is the one last question to determine who I'm going to talk to. When Silas first came in, I know everybody was darting their eyes. Did anyone, and I mean anyone, look at Silas like, ooh, who's that sexy thing coming in?
You see a well-manicured woman in a very prim and proper dress with an updo who definitely was eyeing you a little bit more than anybody else in the group. Okay,
so because of that, is there any chance I could reach over the bar and grab any more tea?
No tea, but there is a beer sitting there that was poured for some reason.
Gonna just grab that, just reach over and head over, and I'm gonna slide down and just, excuse me, I don't know about you, but I couldn't keep my eye off you, and I'm excited to see what festivities I could enjoy, and I was wondering if you'd be my tour guide for the luxuries that the Undercity offers here.
Roll me that diplomacy.
Perfect. While we're at that, let's see. I can get since I'm investigating, I get a +2 circumstance. I'm gonna use biographical eye to know more details about her, and I'm gonna use shameless request to get what I want and not have to worry about critical failures. I'm also gonna try to get her actual name through this conversation. Oh, that's a beautiful roll. That's 41.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna just for the sake
You don't
of
need to use a
time,
hero point.
You don't want to reroll that one?
You know what's funny is this is a 16th level campaign that I lowered to 10th level for this, and the DCs, this or in the 30s for 16th level, and I had lowered them down, and I'm starting to realize I did not need to lower them down.
It's okay. I can't fight. That's why. Just know I cannot fight. This is the only place I succeed.
I am ready for fighting, though.
I'm just going to give it to you straight since we only have a 3-hour campaign. So through your discussions with her, basically you realize that all around Galt, gardeners have been moving final blades from city to city. A cartographer named Tristel Liendi known more specifics about these unusual movements that might be able to help you. The most experienced killers are the Grey Gardeners assassins. You do not want to run into them. The Grey Gardeners are called, the leaders of the Grey Gardeners are called Directors Generals. They rarely leave the monastery. The leaders are mostly human, but they have some special agents called Mortix who aren't quite human, but aren't quite undead. That's really spooky, isn't it? And then the Grey Gardeners have a notoriously secret identities, but what's interesting about this is they plan to do a midnight unmasking at the masquerade to reveal everybody, and you get the impression she finds that odd because they don't like to reveal who they are. So the fact that they're willing to do this en masse is kind of an interesting dilemma.
Beautiful. Any chance I got she happened to have an invitation and I'm going to be her +1, That's what we're here for. Because I would like to go to the dance with her.
She is not attending the masquerade. She just happened to work for a place where she heard some people talking about it, basically.
Well,
specifically, the place was called the Oval Mirror. It's basically where everybody is going to get their costumes for the masquerade and masks.
All right. I think that's about all that I could get from this time.
Yes. Anybody want to else ask any questions?
Oh, there is. When she talked about the Oval Mirror, did she happen to give me the name of the person who owns it?
The person who owns the Oval Mirror is Miona Ralatry.
Relatry?
Ralatry. R-A-L-L. Oh, Rallery, excuse me.
Got it. Yona Rallery. This doesn't matter for an ability I'm going to use later at all.
perfect.
Yikes.
Anybody else wish to ask any questions? You guys have gotten a lot of information about different parts of this.
Yeah.
So feel free to ask me questions and diplomacies.
I feel like it's all I need. I know where to get. Yeah.
I don't want to push our luck now. Yeah.
I'm fully encouraging this.
Yeah.
Silas
Colin, you are
and
a
Bell
rat.
have
You're
created a
totally
great opportunity.
Let's go.
So first, okay, as I was saying, I want to find somebody who looks like they maybe have some sort of large bag with them that's on the ground, and I actually want to talk to them first. I'm trying to suss out if they might have a invitation. Maybe it's on hand. Maybe it's, nearby their person.
Okay, so are you specifically asking about the masquerade or like the attendees, or what are you asking for?
I think I open up with gesturing at Bell, just like, oh wow, this is a lot of fanfare. Is there other places that around here that might have similar exciting parties and events? I know about the Harvest Jubilee, but maybe something a little more lively like this.
Roll me on a diplomacy.
Excellent. If I can find
Do
that.
so good. Do roll so good. Roll so well.
And don't forget, you all have a hero point.
Yeah.
Ah.
I also have Streetwise as a general skill that I can feel the pulse of the local settlement. It can use society modifier instead of diplomacy to gather information.
You're more than welcome to use that if you like.
Yeah.
14 plus 16, since I'm using society. 30.
All right. And so you're asking specifically about the masquerade. And once again, just because we're getting close to our break, I am going to kind of just
shoot
rush
straight on,
through
yeah.
this. The event's dress code calls for costumes complete with intricate masks, of course. And most of the attendees appear in elaborate and expensive outfits. You pick up a similar piece of information. The Oval Mirror is the place to go for that. The leaders, the Grey Gardeners, you already know that too. Let me see here. The masks is going to be at the Grey Monastery, which you know, and they have a highly distinctive centerpiece called the Final Blade, known as Silent Lenore. If that doesn't get any chills down your spine. The Final Blades are ubiquitous across Galt, but few people know much about them. The mask highlight will be the Midnight Unmasking. You also learn about that as well, but you already know that. And there's an invitation rumored to be for sale by someone from Isarn who purchased one of the old mills and is renovating it into a grand residence. The person the heroes talk with has a dim view of the people of Isarn generally and opines that only someone from a stuck-up city would pass up a once-in-a-lifetime invitation to the masquerade ball. Of course, the invitation will likely be incredibly expensive. The Grey Gardeners, are all over the place.
Did we get the name of the person you said, or is it Isarn of the Old Mills, or is Isarn the name?
The name of the person is. Sale someone. Nope, just that there's somebody from that purchased one of the old mills.
Got
renovating it.
Right.
That person also imitated that the proprietor of the Oval Mirror, Miona, is a little bit of a flittery gibbet. She tends to be a rumor monger, and tends to have more information.
We're mongers.
Yeah.
I want to ask one specific follow-up after I get most of the information out of this person. It's like, okay, so you mentioned the masks and getting the masks at the Oval Mirror. Now, the mask situation, is it plain? Is it kind of the fancy glittery ones? Are they animal themed? Do you have a pulse on kind of what the vibe is on the masks? Just from hearing about.
I do not know much about the costumes, but the Oval Mirror definitely has been known for producing the finest of items. It won't be anything trivial like animal masks, but it will be something very intricate and defined and refined.
I've taken a piece of paper that has like fallen out of one of Silas's notebooks, and I go to cross something out, but then we, the audience, see that it's just scribbles. Tali doesn't like write good. Just nonsense notes.
Belle, as you're finishing up, I'm going to give you the opportunity. If you like, you can ask one question before the bartender finished cleaning up their mess.
Do some crowd work.
Yeah, I want to, you know, connect with the crowd, just like finish my big to do and like go around and like high five. And if people want to give me money, they can, but you know, it's not a big deal or anything like that. No, I think Belle would just Belle really wants to know where to get these invitations. So would ask similar questions to like try to figure out if there's any other places to get invitations. From the line of like acting up the can you believe that someone as cool as me wasn't invited to this ding dang party? Kind of trying to get the sympathy of people that way.
Roll me your diplomacy, and I will give you a +3 because of your performance.
Amazing, dang.
You got some fans.
I love fans. Let's see. You said +3?
Yep.
Oh, I can do math. I'm gonna, you know, I have an extra hero point. I'm gonna spend a hero point. We're gonna try to do real good. Okay. That's a 30.
That's exactly what you needed. So
oh, that's good.
Most of the information you've already, is already been picked up from everybody. So I'm not going to reshare a lot of things, although the oval mirror does come up once again. But that rumors among Letran's well-to-do say that Lord Alstrin Harble has an invitation, is seeking agents in connection with it. Perhaps, something to do with the fact that he has recently fallen ill.
Okay. So Lord Harble has an invitation, but might actually literally be ill.
Yeah, and the connection you're kind of picking up is the idea that he might be looking for someone to go in his stead, somebody trustworthy or somebody that. Yeah.
Got it.
And with that, we are going to take a bit of a break. It is 2:00. I think 10-minute break right there, Babs.
Yeah.
So we will be back in 10 minutes. Thank you all for listening, and we'll be back.
Bye.
And that's how I said you tune a guitar.
Right.
Oh, we're back online.
Yep.
Welcome, my friends, to the show that never ends, except it does in about an hour and a half. I am Dustin, your game master. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with us and continuing our story. Real quick, just a reminder, this is a fundraiser for Jasper's Game Day, and we could use your donations. And there are some benefits that come with that. You can have a lot of fun. Last time I did this, I was on the watching side, not on the participating side. And I loved adding villains for monsters for the party to fight against. And
give us a fight.
so I highly recommend that, but you can do a lot of things. You can help the players. You can do the $5. You can add a D4 of your choice to any party member. For $10, you can give a player hero points. For $15, you can give me a villain or give me a monster. Or give me a villain point. Excuse me, I said that wrong. I get a here. There's villain points in this game, and I love that.
Yeah.
And for $55, you can add a monster of appropriate CR. And
Appropriate,
then
I
for
feel like is in heavy quotation
We
marks.
can stretch from what.
Like,
Yeah.
or $100 donation, I will say it will be a monster of inappropriate CR. So help us out, give us some support, and help support Jasper's Game Day today. Where we last left our intrepid heroes. Say hi, intrepid heroes.
Hi,
Intrepid
heroes.
They had gone to the Plot and Hook Tavern, in which they had fooled the suspicious barkeep by causing a collapse of teacups while an amazing performance by Belle was done, and was able to garner enough information about basically the masquerade ball to continue their investigation. So with that, where would you all like to continue from here?
The oval mirror. Have we left? We're still there, right?
You're still there, but you're wrapping up. You've realized you've kind of combed this place up as best as you can.
Silas will take the drink and start walking out. All right, I've had enough. And leaves out the front door.
Right on your loot sheet, one glass mug, because you now have a glass mug.
This is going to be a trick to help us later.
And it does say on there the Plot and Hook Tavern, so it is a engraved one. So that is collector's item. So you'll want to save that. It might be worth something someday.
Pawn that for something good later.
Where would you all like to go from here?
If we're all leaving, I think Silas would. If we're all like meet outside, I think, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, after sharing all the information, I do believe our best bet would be the Oval Mirror. However, these two other individuals seem beneficial. This person about the old mills and this, as you said, Belle, this Lord Horrible.
Close enough, yeah.
But also the Oval Mirror gives us information on the costumes, and this Moana seems to be a rumor monger, which means that tongue wags a bit more than most people would like.
Like rumor. Oh, okay, I thought you meant the actual tongue. That was going to be concerning to see.
I thought they were a shoonie.
Same difference. That's where I believe we should go. However, I've been told to calm myself so we don't get killed.
The amount of disdain that drips from your lips as you say that is amazing.
Hey, you should be your truest self. You don't have to listen to what other people when they're trying to tell you to dim yourself down for others.
Ellie,
Yeah.
you're right. Chugs, run to the Overmere. Sprint.
Well, I suppose we should make sure that he does, or that they come out in one piece. We should do that, right?
Roll me an athletics, Waffle, or Bright, excuse me, Belle, and Tally to make sure you can keep up with.
I thought you would never ask.
First off, keep up. They're about to overrun me.
So I have this thing called Assurance, which means that I can choose the skill I'm trained in and forgo a skill check results of 10 plus my proficiency bonus. Do I need to do that? Do I want to do that? Hang on. What's my proficiency at? Hang on. Rolling might be better.
Isn't it your level, right?
It's level plus
Depends.
trained /
Yeah.
expert plus your.
And yes, I would say
Strength
that they would.
Oh, my
Silas would-
proficiency is 16, so yes, I would like to just take the 26, please.
Okay.
That's faster than I can run on my best day.
Well, the reason why they're having to do that, Silas, is because you are tall and they are all.
Oh, that's right.
Small.
I've got long legs.
So even if you're not athletic, we got to do twice the work to get half as far.
I rolled a natural 11 for a 10.
I rolled a 9 plus 0. I would like to use my hero point.
Can I
please.
pick these two up
Please.
as I go? I am so strong, and they are
Roll me-
so small.
Roll me in athletics.
I will do
Okay.
that.
Okay, I'll hold that.
That's a
then.
35.
So
Give
sure?
me. Let's go.
they're a little bit ahead of you. They start off before you do, and you notice just as you're starting to go that they literally like do 5 feet of movement and then trip and fall, and you just with your arms just scoop them both up under your arms and just start carrying them down the street in a way that is not inconspicuous whatsoever.
No,
as
a
everybody-
very buff dwarf lass carrying a pumpkin-headed leshy and also a very fancy rat.
Yes.
I got a camouflage suit on, so I blend in.
Yep.
I'm not even there.
I would like to say.
So I'm gonna say it looks like you're holding a pumpkin in a duffel bag.
Oh, amazing. Let's go.
As I was runs, I do
Wait.
get ongoing investigation, meaning I can move at full speed and investigate. So as I'm running, I'm like taking mental images of everything I run by to memorize these streets, like taking mad pictures in a mad dash.
What you do notice as you're running through the streets is you see graffiti of basically the oh god, what's it called, the thing that cuts off the heads, the
Guillotine?
Guillotine?
you see like guillotine and saying it's coming. You do pick that up, this odd graffiti just in random areas.
That sounds fair.
So you arrive at the oval mirror, and then Belle, Silas, and then right behind you, Belle finally catches up, breathing, even though she drilled an athletics, kept having to call to a duffel bag and a pumpkin across town. You're breathing hard, trying to keep up and caught up, and
It's like that. It's like that measured breathing of, you know.
yeah. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
Very athletic. Yes.
Listen, I didn't stretch this morning. Let's go.
Silas is like waiting over there, like, I'm glad you caught up.
roll
All
me a
right.
Constitution, Bell, for cramping, for
Oh,
leg cramp.
good, great.
We just sound like
Good.
we sound like an ambulance the whole time because Bright's like wee.
And Tyler's like, "Woo."
Just a con check, just like regular old con check.
Yeah.
It's a 9.
Okay, you feel one starting to come up, but you straighten your foot out just in time. You know how you just straighten it just that right way to
Yep.
keep it from going from forming anymore. And there you all are, all in front of the oval mirror. What you see is this fancy, well-to-do shop. It doesn't have a name like the oval. It doesn't say the oval mirror. It's just a giant mirror on top over the top of the door. And it is a very nice building. It comes up to the corner. It's one of those stores that sits on the corner of a street as opposed to like straight on. And so it kind of has this flat instead of a corner, it's kind of flat up, and it has the door and like windows, and it goes up 3 or 4 stories. It's one of the taller buildings in this area. What you do also notice is every floor is busy right now. She has a network of seamstresses working and sewing away, and the windows are all wide open, and you can are not wide open but very open, so you can see just working like crazy.
Silas will walk through and try to find her if possible.
You don't need to find her, because the moment you walk in, she turns her head and sees this group of people, and you see her nose wrinkle up a little bit. She goes, "Oh, you must be in desperate need of some new clothes, my friends. Welcome, come in."
Yes, we do require some new fabric to be sewn into the most majestic way possible, and of course, there's no better place than the arts of what you can craft, madam.
As you're saying this, you kind of give her the once over, and basically you see she's wearing a velvet gown adorned with various beads and oversized buttons. Her pale hair is piled high with curls pinned to resemble a blooming flower, and this is what she looked like.
Nice.
Excellent.
Very French revolutionary, for sure.
In a guillotine adventure? Oh yeah, a guillotine adventure.
Yes, she is very well to do, and you quickly pick up. Go ahead and roll me a perception there, Silas.
Perception. With my circumstance, that is dice. That's gonna be a 34.
A 34. You pick up that this woman is all about the cachet. She's all about, society, high stance, money. Like, you are going to have to put on a performance of having a lot of money, or you might even have a lot of money in order to get her attention. Bright, you come in here and you were immediately turned off by everything in this building because it is all synthetic. There is not a plant to be seen anywhere. Belle, you notice how long the sleeves are on all of these outfits, and it's like your muscles are gonna rip everything off it, rip everything in this store just by simply moving them. Tally, some of this stuff would make a great nest. Well, come on in. I guess I have time for you, assuming you have the means to measure up. And she takes out her measuring tape and she starts measuring all of you.
I stand up as tall as I can possibly get.
Yes, thank you. Make sure you do what you do best. Truly, we must have only the best for the event we are going to be participating in quite soon.
Okay. Roll me a deception.
Oh, that's a skill I literally have all the skill in. That is going to be a 39.
And a 39. Okay, and then Belle, Bright, and Tali, I either need a diplomacy, a society, or a deception check from you.
What if
I love this start.
Instead Bright says, "I don't want any of this," and just walks out the door?
That's fair.
That's a choice and a good one.
Bright's like, talking.
Do I still need to roll something? I will. That's my plan.
I'm just trying to figure out how I can involve you in this now.
Okay, no, that's my accessory. I bring with me a gourd as part of my outfit.
Yeah, okay. I mean, as a purpose for this scene, like, you don't, like, I think that's the choice Bright would make, so you don't have to, like, fight to involve me in it.
I just didn't want to leave you out. Okay, what about you, Belle, Tally? What'd you guys get?
25 diplomacy.
So I rolled a nat 1, which is still pretty decent on my society, but I would like to now use my hero point because I don't think Belle picking me up and carrying me is going to help this time.
Okay.
Not this time.
Oh, there we go. That's much better. 13 plus 16, 29.
All right. Well, I am happy to help all of you. I obviously see must have come from far and needed new outfits. What might you be looking for? And I'm assuming your servant, the Leshy, is not interested.
Oh, that's my companion. Consider garments for them, but you don't need to fret too much. We'll put them in something.
All right.
But, we're here for,
I would like something that does not have as much restriction in this area. This this whole
tasteful
area.
sleeve.
Actually.
Yeah, sleeveless number for moving about.
What we could do is put some sleeves with slits, so that way when you go to move your muscles, they billow out. And
Just
give you
like a
plenty
little
of room.
peek hole window for my, biceps. That would be that's lovely. I did not think of that.
We'll take it to
Yeah,
the gun
like-
show.
Like bloomers for your arms.
I had not. Very good. This is why you get paid a lot of money for what you do. I'm sure you do, and you should.
Well, I can find you. I can arrange some fine gear for all of you, some fine wares. Well, over here we have these suits that are great for any business. We have these fine gowns as well. Yes.
Belle goes straight for the suits. Screw those dresses. Belle's going for a suit.
And so I was gonna,
Pants.
more interestingly, would you be one to make masks? Or you own the more regular garments?
Her eyebrows raise, and she's like, "Oh, you're seeking masks, huh? Well, why don't we talk about that in my sitting room?"
That'd be much appreciated.
As we go back there, I want to look at all this stuff and be like, hey, the question from the back, is there anything more shiny? And it's also looking like there's kind of a lacking in pocket space in all of these. Just like as a thing to consider, sorry, like just in case those are anywhere around.
We don't put pockets on women's clothing. I'm sorry.
Everybody walks up.
Everyone leaves. Everyone leaves. Oh no.
By the way, that is her belief, not a Dustin belief. Yep.
Look, it's you got to keep true to the character, and now we got to fight her. It's fine.
And now we gotta just fight. You gotta do a big fight now.
So she escorts you back to the sitting room, and what you see is a room garnished in silk. Like all the walls are covered in silk. There's silk drapes. There's a fine table, and you all are. She gestures for you all to sit down. She goes, "What kind of masks might you be looking for?"
Before Silas answers, in the time it took us to get there, I'd like to use my biographical eye to know everything about her entire career and everything she's ever done in this city based on all my research notes.
Yeah, could you just read Jay off everything about this character? And
I just want to claim to know the knowledge based on a roll, if that's cool.
Go ahead and give me a roll.
That it's going to be a 40. So that's a society roll plus investigation, because this is part of my investigation. So
what you can tell is this lady has the air of somebody who had to work from the ground up. Like she obviously started off as like beggar level family kind of thing, and has fought and clawed for every ounce of what she's gotten, and she likes to show it off because of it. Like she likes to be the town gossip because it makes her feel important. It makes her feel like she's a part of this society that she has basically had to claw her way into. So you get everything that she's doing is based off of an entire level of want of that privilege that comes with society. And even then, there's a little bit of bitterness because even though she has made a name for herself and she is like the go-to seamstress, the go-to designer in this town, she is still not good enough to be like Grey Gardener level of that. Like, and there's a little bit of bitterness because of it.
Oh yes, these masks. We have an event we need to attend, and we were told that the Overmere was the place to get what we need.
Yes. What is it you need?
Masks fitting for a specific event.
Such as a masquerade happening perhaps in a few days.
Yeah, like an event where everyone wears masks.
The Oval Mirror is the premier place to come from that. In fact, we are the only place that would go there. So I'd be more than happy to help you. I can whip up some designs based on the measurements I took while you were walking this way. But tell me, how'd you come upon the masquerade? What is interesting you about it?
I do believe you shouldn't be asking those questions. That's not something we can openly discuss, even in this quaint sitting room.
Everybody knows that I am a reliable, trustworthy source of you can tell me anything. It helps me better inform your costumes.
Perfect. Then how about an information for information? You ask a question, get an answer, and we do the same. Let us exchange what we know.
Well, the questions I'm going to be asking is for your outfit, so I guess maybe sure.
Perfect. Because I am going to be using my ability to make a request, shameless requests. Meaning, as long as I make a request, her affinity towards me can never go less than where it's at. It can only go up from here.
I am very familiar with the shameless request. It is something that gets used ad nauseum in one of my podcasts. So if Logan's listening, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and get your shameless request off.
First, starting off with and I'm gonna be doing this over and over. I can do this. Oh yeah, I can do it over and over. Do you happen to have your invitation as well? Are you attending or simply providing the garments?
I do not have any invitations. They honor me by making the outfits, and I think that's all I can. I'm honored by just that fact. And I'm honored for being nominated, so to speak.
Yeah. My invitation came through the fact of my ability to gather information that is otherwise inaccessible, unavailable, or just simply does not exist.
But if one was to look for an invitation, I've heard that Lord Alstrin Harble mentioned during his fitting that his declining health means he might be unable to attend. I can't believe he's having to look for somebody so last minute.
Do you know if a single invitation does count for more than one person, allowing an entourage of sorts?
Well, the invitation includes an entourage, so it can be whoever that person wishes to bring with them.
Excellent. Well, takes a drink, pulls out the little flask that says plot and hook on it.
Flask, you mean teacup?
Yes. Then I take my flask, pour into it, and just pull out my teacup.
Well, while we're talking about that, that is another way, for people to, you actually start to realize that might be another way to procure, because as she's talking, she intimates the idea that, well, that if, that is an opportunity. Some people are looking to hire people as guards for going into the masquerade because they don't trust the Grey Gardeners 100%. So they're looking for people. So if you're looking for anybody to come into your employment, there might be some people to do that if you're looking for that kind of some guards.
That might be an easier way to do things. Well, I am done asking questions. I am bored.
Yeah. If you know anybody, I have heard that High Magistrate Otbald Garmiel barely escaped the final blade recently, and his bodyguards were arrested. So he's looking for some people too. So he might be able to leave you some people if you're looking for that.
Magister who?
Otbald Garmino.
Oddball Garble.
All in square brackets, garbled.
Well, I believe that's all I needed to know, and I assume we need a certain amount of decorum. Unless we go as guards, then technically we won't need to be as flashy.
Yes. So that will be 500 gold for me to make your costumes.
You can put it on my tab.
Well, I'll need at least an upfront of 250 gold.
You could do it in good faith. I can provide you information on almost anything you look for. for someone who deals in rumors, information is worth a lot more than gold.
In most cases, yes. But who should I invoice this to?
You can send it to Winston Tavern.
I love like two information gatherers needing each other needling for information.
My dear comrade Watson owns the tavern at Winston Heights. Just spill it to him.
Yes. Just keep in mind I can't keep these started until I receive the gold. So I will send that invoice and we'll get hopefully started later today.
I'm sure he'll pay for it.
So yeah, that's
Before, like, on our way out, whenever that happens to be, I think that Belle would like sidle over to this lovely individual and give them 250 gold, because I don't trust anything about your companion getting back to her in the
That's
next
fair.
day or so.
That's very fair.
So I would give her 250 gold pieces.
Thank you. And she goes, well, we were talking. I went ahead and had this whipped up for you. And she does pass you a fine shirt with the pantaloon-like arms that have the slits. So when your muscles go out, they expand out and help with that. Just a show of our quality.
Oh, how delightful. Thank you so much. And I think Belle, just like in a moment of like not high society, is going to just try it on then and there. Like, they wear like an undershirt and things of that nature, but they just like take off their jacket and their anything else that and they just put it on, and they're just in the middle of like the show floor.
Come on, give us a flex. Let's see how it looks.
Just a little like poop. Just muscles. This is very nice.
So what it looks like is it looks like a hot air balloon when it blows up. Only imagine there's just pieces of the hot air balloon missing, like strips, and
incredible.
And the muscles
It
just shine through.
absolutely looks like a giant like ham hock, and I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
All right. So you leave the oval mirror, I'm assuming, and there's Bright sitting out there, like waiting patiently. I'm assuming.
Thank you for waiting,
Yep.
Bright.
Yeah. Did it go good?
What?
I think it did. Did you see anything interesting while you were out here and we were in there?
Did I, GM?
Roll me a perception there, Bright.
I hope you see everything.
Pretty sure Bright's
Or
salted all
anything.
over in there. Yeah.
We do still
That
have a floating
is-
D4, by the way.
A 30.
Oh, we do.
What you did notice is that the same group of 3 people and these were towering, tall gray gardeners. They were wearing the masks and everything, have walked in front of you 4 times, like they're going around the block, and they keep like they don't look at you or anything, but they go around. They've gone through like 4 times.
Sure. Yeah. Bright kind of looks up to everyone and says, "Well, some real big people. Think they're the Grays people. They keep walking around, but they didn't see me."
Well, we should either be on our way or we can have a conversation with these Goldness.
Yeah. I mean, we could dress up like the Gardeners and then go to the thing.
I think if they are as large as you have intonated, I think only one of us would possibly be able to dress up as them. Looking up to Silas.
Unless, do you think she makes trench coats in there?
I've
We could
been in
just-
those before. It doesn't. I know what you're thinking, Dolly. I've tried that many times with friends in the drunken binge. It does not work.
Well, that's because you're real big.
I had 3 kobold friends in a trench coat before.
It ended in tragedy.
R.I.P.
RFP trench coat.
Okay.
I will let you know too, because if you guys have spent a good part of the day investigating and wandering around the city trying to figure out where things are, So it is coming to the end of the day as well. So, this is the first day of your 3 days before the masquerade.
Oh, damn. That means I only have 12 hours left? Am I planning on doing this in 24 hours?
Yeah, you called it 22 earlier when we left the.
Oh, no.
It just keeps getting shorter and shorter each time you say, "Oh, I'm gonna get it done at 18."
Yeah, you're down to like 16 hours there, Silas.
Silas needs to go find Lord Horrible quickly.
Horrible. The Lord of the Latrine.
Lord Horrible Latrine.
Well, that would be great and all, but as you start to walk away, you see those 3 gray gardeners walking towards you, and you hear one of them yell out, "Oi! Why are you in my town? We don't like outsiders asking questions." And
What's
then
questions?
the other said, "We don't take time to those meddling in our affairs." So roll.
What
for
are we
initiative.
asking?
Oh,
See,
we're here.
I was
Oh,
going
we
to
made
say.
it.
Oh, we.
Initiative, we did it.
Do I get to react? Because I feel like they see me first because I'm the tall one.
Yeah, we're out of their eyesight. The rest of us.
Yeah. I don't have any initiative bonus. I don't want to be here, guys.
I don't either. So
for 2E,
Perception, right?
It's perception, but it can also be if you can justify another skill to roll into your initiative. So, like for instance, if you're in the middle of doing athletics, something you could roll your athletics into it, for example.
So could I, at some way, find a way, because I understand how society moves in the workings of a city area, and since we're in the closing end of the day where people are closing up shop, and the bustle of crowds allows me to maneuver through the crowd and act with, I don't know, society instead. Or a misdirection, a movement ever so subtle to use deception. Just anything not.
Yeah, you've been zigzagging through the crowds.
not the zig.
I'll say that's
and
fine.
zag.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
I got a 31.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Hey, so did I.
I had to reroll. I had used the hero point. 'cause
OMG, y'all, we're fighting. We definitely could use some more hero points, though.
I used one of
Oh,
my hero
you
points.
I
guys
could
are fighting.
also love to have some monsters or a villain point.
You got one.
Yeah,
if
you got
didn't see
a
it.
villain
have
point
one.
if you didn't see.
Oh, I got a villain point. Hey,
did.
that's exciting.
But it would be a real shame if a big wandering monster of a completely appropriate CR.
or not appropriate size showed up.
Yeah, I would love to summon an inappropriate 20 CR dragon that just ends
Oh my
this
gosh,
game.
yes. Hey,
really
everyone gets a
quickly.
hero point. Let's go.
Oh, keep those
I
flowing.
will need that.
Okay. So,
I'm so
what
not
did you
ready.
get there, Belle?
31.
Okay, what's your dex modifier?
4.
Well, Bright, what's your dex modifier?
My dex is 3, but I also have a +2 to initiative if that ever
Oh,
counts.
I don't have an initiative bonus, so that would.
Okay, I'll give it to you then. I will put you at 30 then. What about you there, Silas?
That'll be a 40.
Gotta be on
And,
your toes to run
last
away
but
quickly.
never least, what about you, Tali?
Last and least, a 22 from Tali.
Oh, just a measly 22.
Just a
Oh,
baby-
no.
I rolled a ding dang 4.
See, that's the beauty of this game, where you can roll a 4 and still get 22.
Over 20, yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Well, I have-
the fact that you can substitute other skills for
Yeah.
your initiative. Or
I have a feat, too, that all of my untrained skills have a +10 by nature.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
So,
I love
like-
that.
Heck yeah.
I have nothing. Nothing is bad. It's wild.
I don't know. Waffles and I have been having fun with +0, or I think at one point for you, a -1 modifier.
Yep, my
That's
athletics
lovely.
is a
I
negative
love
1.
that. Love that.
all right, well, Silas, you are first. What would you like to
No.
do?
Oh no, I did not think this through.
First in combat. That's what you wanted, right?
Oh god, I forgot. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
that thing that you do so well.
free action, because I'm high level, I'm going to devise a stratagem against, does it choose one? Yeah. Which one of these looks like to be the leader of a trio? Because that's the rule. It's always someone who's...
The one that is on the top of the map, That is the female of the group, and obviously is the leader because they are exactly 1 inch taller than everyone, the other two.
That is the key, the 1 inch taller. Got it.
Yes.
I'm going to use my stratagem against them. Let's get that pre-roll goal. That is a beautiful natural 20 for later.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, I am not ready for combat. Silas does not fight. Silas is an alcoholic.
Well, Silas is preparing their turn. I just want to remind everybody that we are raising money for Jasper's Game Day, and we would love if you make a donation. And if you make a donation, it is not completely something that just comes out of the goodness of your heart. We also get some benefits. So anybody who wants to donate $5 can add a D4 to any of the players. And I'm going to say the GM, if you want to give $5 to the GM, that's completely fine as well. $10 gives a hero point to your choice of a hero point to one of the players. 15 gives me a hero point, which I've already got one and I fully plan to use it. And $55 adds a monster of appropriate CR. And if somebody wants to donate $100, I will add a monster of inappropriate CR. So that, just be warned that might end this game early. So feel free to help out and help support a good cause.
So how far? That's what? How many squares? Because we're gonna fight because why not, right? What's the worst gonna happen? I'm gonna die.
It's about 20 feet away.
What's the worst that could happen?
Right? What's the worst that can sincerely happen? I die. Do I? Now this is the last thing I'm gonna try as an investigator. Do I recognize any of these individuals based off any of my research to know the name of any of these 3 people?
Yes, actually. Give me loading.
Yeah, if you could give it
name.
all their names, birth dates, everything they've ever done.
You hear one of them is named Enzio.
Enzio?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to, is this an action to do so? It doesn't say it's a skill feat. No, it does. I'm going to use reveal true name.
Okay.
I'm going to try and get a creature to do as I wish by threatening them with my knowledge about them.
Okay.
Enzio. Go for it?
What's the thing action that happens with the success?
It's an intimidation check. If it's a success, they'll do whatever I tell them to do, short of self-harm. If I critical success, a regular success, they become unfriendly, but they will try to avoid me in case I'll hurt them.
Okay.
So I would like to use reveal true name on Enzio.
Okay.
By Enzio of 143 North Hill Gate. You attended Mulberry High. Your education level is adequate at best, and you tend to spend a lot of your time wandering local vegetation, and you have a dear friend you care for and a pet. It would be a shame if all that was set up in flames, would it not? As I roll my intimidation. That's a 19 on the die. That is going to be 35. Plus my lead, 37, because it's a lead.
I'm going to use my hero point. That was worse. Okay. I rolled a 5 and a 4.
Oh, no!
Someone please give this GM a villain point. We need more.
Enzio, you see this tear come from under his mask. And he's like, what do you want?
You either have your friends stand down, or find everything you love, and that includes. And I try to look at the other 2, everything you love, as I use my ability of beast skin to make my horns grow and my skin to start breaking and revealing the red lines underneath as I use my ram form to become a little more demonic.
All right.
Yeah,
that
I was thinking I was going to do the same thing.
That person was unfazed, but the other one's like, okay, guys. And Enzio's like, I think we need to walk away from this. I think it's not going to be good. And he will be out this turn because of it.
And it's one action. So I already use one. Whichever one seems unfazed, I am going to use another action to run up and an action to punch using the fact that I had a devised stratagem, which was a free action at 10th level.
Okay, go for it.
That was a natural 20 earlier, my devised stratagem. So that's going to be natural 20 plus.
Okay, and 17. In this house, we use critical hit cards. So let me pull those up.
Ooh.
My group is a bunch of sadists who that I play with on a regular basis who love overpowered critical hit attacks. So we have a. I
forgot we had a ding dang map and everything.
I did too.
No, we got a ding dang whole map and everything.
Yeah, if you want to move yourself
though.
up there while I'm pulling up Silas.
I don't know which one's
unphased,
but I feel like this one was unphased.
Yeah, that one is unphased. It was the one in the very back that was unphased, or that got phased.
Perfect.
That one's extremely phased.
Come on, load up.
Activating my as I punch, I do yell Detroit Smash for anyone that knows the reference. My bad, Galt Smash, because topical.
And this is a bludgeoning weapon, right?
Yes.
All right.
So. I believe my knuckles are bludgeoning.
This is. Come on, load. This is momentum. You gain a +2 circumstance bonus to all attack rolls until the end of your next turn. So, but go ahead and roll the damage for your.
Is there a
knuckles.
special rule for damage on crits?
If you click on the weapon, or if you look up the weapon, it should have special critical hit properties. If not, it's usually just double damage.
Got it. Okay. So there's nothing special here. So that's going to be. Oh, I'm in Beast Farm. I also deal an additional 1d4. So that is going to be. Wait a minute. My math was. It's just double damage. That is going to be 38 points of damage.
Ow!
I want to imagine that they actually sounded like that.
Yeah.
Ow! Why would you do this?
Ow.
No!
All the two men in this group, when you go to punch, you punch the one in the jaw, a tooth goes flying, and you expect this big manly voice. You go, "Ow, that stung!"
Oh golly gee!
You all get the impression that these are not the brightest tools in the shed. So,
And I believe because I use this ability of the stratagem, I can make them off flat-footed. I think is the thing for my allies until my turn because of that stratagem I put on them.
I will mark them as mark this one as flat-footed.
Yeah, I think that's the term. I'll find the official term, but that's what I think it was called.
Sounds likely that it's that.
Oh yeah, that's all I got. That's all 3 actions for me.
All right. Okay, it is. Excuse me. It is the 1-inch taller's brawler's turn, and it is going to.
1 inch taller brawler.
Right.
It's very hungry, but so it's wanting to get this battle done as soon as possible. So it is going to come around and get a flanking action on Silas here.
The disrespect.
And it's going to attack. Let's see here.
Everything
it's going
hits.
to attack with its maul.
Anything and everything is going to hit.
It's going to get 2 attacks in. So a 31 and a 26.
Oh, dang it. The 26 literally is the AC. Yeah, they both hit.
You take 31 points of damage.
Gee, we also established this at the start of the call. You have no hit points.
No hit points.
That's a pretty rough hit.
That's
for
like
you.
half.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right. And that with its 2 attacks, it ends its turn. Bright, you're up. Silas is looking pretty hurt. Lost a third of 10 points in the first attack.
All right. So Bright is going to reach into their head, as has been stated. Grab out 2 bottles because they can make 2 potions at once with their regents, and then going to throw both of them at Silas. And then let's see, I gotta roll those real quick. Uh, 29 hits both times, I assume.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you get hit by like 2 pieces of glass that like they just like bounce off of you harmlessly, crash to the ground, and this like greenish red smoke kind of lifts up, and you breathe it in, and you're going to heal a bunch and get 5 temporary hit points.
Yay. I'm only bleeding slightly. I mean,
You
like,
heal for 33 health.
oh,
Nice. That's like almost all of them.
like my spine is unbroken.
Yeah, by
My
glass.
ribs are unfractured.
Heck yeah.
Anything else you want to do there, Bright?
And then Bright is going to begin making another bomb, but not throw it this turn.
All right. Belle, you're up.
So this one that has so unceremoniously flanked my companion, I'm going to, like, kind of nonchalantly start walking over there and with, like, this new shirt on and everything like that, and just kind of, like, shrugging a little bit and saying, now, I want y'all to really have a big, long think about who's actually in have you really thought long and hard about your place in life, what you're doing to yourself? Like, what better way can you actually honestly think that you're doing the good thing here, you know? And going on and on, I would like to use bon mot, which is bon mot, trying to distract my foes with an insightful quip or something of such nature. I choose a foe within 30 feet. This one in front of me. I need to make a diplomacy check against their will DC.
All right. Go ahead and roll your diplomacy.
How's a 31 hit ya?
Let's see. They are pretty willful,
Uh-oh.
but I rolled a 2.
Hey.
So that's an 18. So I say they don't do too well.
Okay. So they get distracted and take a -2 status penalty to perception and will saves for a minute.
Okay.
Let's see. You can use a single action to concentrate and get rid of that. They basically make a retort against what I've told them.
I can make a retort?
You can.
On my turn? Or
yes.
It's going to be right now?
It has to be one action on your turn.
Okay.
Typically, the retort needs to be a linguistic, charisma-based skill action.
Oh, boy.
So there's that. That was my first action. My first action was moving over. Second action was that. Third action, I'm going to pull out my sword and I'm going to cut this person. Because using bon mot, I have panache. Panache is just a fancy thing that I get that gives me like a billion, 100,000 million things.
Is that all?
But no, I'm gonna, just 100 billion million things. But I'm going to strike with a weapon.
A weapon?
A weapon.
Bon.
Yeah.
Wapa.
Weapon. I think it's, I don't know, 18 plus 13. It's a whole heckin' lot.
32. That's going to be a hit.
It's 30 lots. All right. So my weapon doesn't deal a whole lot of damage. However, though, nope. What? No. There's 100,000 things I could do, friends. There's so much. There's so much. We're not going to deal a lot of damage, apparently, because I think it's only a d6 plus 6, which is 8.
It should be 2d6 if you put your striking rune on.
If I do what?
If your weapon has a striking rune, it should be 2d6.
Oh. Excellent.
Oh,
2d6?
It just doubles your weapon dice.
That's an extra 5, so 13. It's 13
damage? 13
yes.
total?
Yes.
Okay. You have one action left. Would you like to do anything else?
There was something. Where are you? Hello? There was something, and I don't think I can. Oh.
You can also attack a second time if you'd like.
Yes. I want to use one of these funny, fancy things that I have. Let's do the... we're going to do an unbalancing finisher. So I make a strike, and if I deal damage, they're flat-footed. Because I basically try to trip them. Natural 20!
What?
For a 38.
All right. That's definitely going to do something. Can you remind me? I'm sorry, real quick. I was reading a stat when you said what you're going to do.
It is an unbalancing finisher. So I make a melee strike attack. If I hit and deal damage, they're flat-footed until the end of my next turn. But I also got a natural 20.
Okay, so do that damage.
Excellent. Oh, well, the rapier that I'm using, the target is made off balance by my attack anyway, becoming flat-footed. So they're basically like doubly flat-footed.
Yes. Yeah, that's. I was like, oh, I already have that
12.
on there.
Yeah. So 12 damage.
12 more damage.
Yeah.
Did you double it because of the critical? And it's also a 20, so I got to give you a critical hit. Card.
Hey. Yeah, the critical effect on my weapon was that it's made flat-footed.
Okay. And is this a piercing weapon?
This is, I believe, yes.
So with that, you got the crit effect, nicked an artery. The target takes 2d6 of persistent bleed damage on their turn. So if you want to give me 2d6, I will start minusing that down at
7.
Okay, every turn they're going to take 7 damage now. So
They're so
good job.
flat-footed, they're not concave-footed. Oh, they're now concave-footed.
That's awesome. It is the other gentleman's attack, and the one who is 1 inch shorter than the tallest. And he is going to attack Silas there, because Silas is standing right there, and he gets a nice little nifty thing. So he attacks with his maul. Let's go to the mall, everybody.
Oh god. Maul's hurt.
And he gets all 3 attacks off because he did not move. He's using all 3 actions, but only one of them landed because he had a 32, a 15, and a 13. So, however, that was a massive blow. He got a 12 on his 1d12, so that is 20 points of damage.
Oh, 20.
Less than the last time. And that ends his turn. Tally, you are up. What would you like to do?
Excellent. These two that are kind of in the back look like roughly adjacent. Would we call them that? Would we use the term capital A adjacent?
Yes.
If it were to show up in a feat?
Yes.
Okay. Just like theoretically again.
Yes.
So I kind of want to like strafe around here to get a better angle at those two. Also, as I had a free action as we roll initiative where I've got my slide pistol out with all of its many barrels, and I charge it up with some magical energy for my first 3 strikes of the fight. So I get over, I move, I'm going to get into place and take an action to, if I can find all of my things, to line up a bullet split. So I've got in one hand my slide pistol, and in one hand a war knife, load it at the end of the barrel, carefully align my weapon with the edge of the blade, and I'm going to split my projectile into 2 to hit both of them, or attempt to at least.
This is great. This is how guns should work always.
So it says, make 2 strikes, 1 against each 2 separate targets. The targets must be adjacent to each other and within your weapon's maximum range. Okay. And I take a -2 penalty to each of these.
Okay.
But count as only 1 attack when calculating my multiple attack penalty.
Okay.
So did we get all of that?
Yes.
All right. So striking slide pistol. First one we'll say goes at the left one. I got a 5 + 22, a 27.
Okay. That hurts, or that hits.
Cool. And then I'll just roll the right one and then roll damage. That's a 28 total on the one that's closer to Silas.
That's damage, or that's attack?
That's a to hit on the second strike.
That hits. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Your hits.
Cool. I've got to find damage. So we get, all right, 2d6 + 3, and then +1 circumstance bonus from something. It's hard to remember at this point. So the first one will be 9 + 3 + 1. So 13 total. And it's got concussive. So it can be either piercing or bludgeoning, depending on which they have worse immunity / resistance to.
Okay, they will both do
neither.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
it's like cool. Bullets are bad in both ways.
It turns out bullets are very bad. Oh, sorry, that should have been 14 damage. The last one of which being, I'll say, fire, if that matters.
Okay.
Because fire seems to hurt people. That seems like a generally good choice.
Based on your knowledge of fire and people.
Ooh, that's a max damage on the second one of those. So we love to see that.
Okay.
15,
You'll love to
16.
see it.
So 17 total with one of those. We'll call that also fire on the
All right.
one closer to Silas.
Okay, that one is that one's been whittled down most of all. It's looking a little damaged, but it's still up. And is that your turn?
So I moved. That shows as a one move action.
That was one move action. You had a move. You've had your first action. You have one action left if you'd like to use it.
Yes. I think I will just do my interact to switch to the second barrel. So I've got a slide pistol, which has just got a bunch of barrels in a row. They described it as harmonica-like. So it's got like 5 barrels, and I'm imagining it's just like the handle and trigger and the like hammer like on one, and then I just kind of like whip it to the side, and it switches to the next one over. For my last action, I get that one ready.
So cool.
Tally, thank you so much for Zach. Thank you so much for indulging my interest in guns and gears and wanting to see a gunslinger in 2E. So
I know. As soon as you said it, I was like,
What, guns?
Okay, so that's your last turn, though.
Yeah, that was the third action. Correct.
Okay, it is being number 3. What is he gonna do?
He's gonna be real cool and be our best friend forever.
Well, he comes out of his. That's right. He's out this turn, but he can move. So he is actually going to move over here. Just go. Okay, guys, we need to calm down. We need to end this. I don't want to do this. And the leader of them goes, hey, snap out of your senses, man. And you see the like dizziness fell from his eyes, and he's like, right. And he you see him do that, then you see him go into defensive stance, and then you see him just take a giant gasp and hold his breath. For what reason, you do not know why. And that ends his turn.
Is attack of opportunities a thing in 2E?
You can take it as a special feat. It is not.
Yeah, you don't naturally have it. Like I think it's pretty much fighters and
someone has
one other class. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I was about to say like, but it's okay.
Okay, Silas, it is your turn.
So I realized I was reading what I can do wrong because I didn't know I can do ongoing strategy, where I don't actually have to spend my free action to do this.
Whoop.
I don't have to do it with one strike. It's just anytime I hit them, as long as it would let me use my intelligence modifier. So this boss individual, I'm going to look them over, and I'm going to try and punch them 3 times.
Oh,
all right. Yes.
That's a strategy.
That's a strategy. I'm going to punch him 3 times. So that's going to be 38, 34, and 30.
Those all hit. Roll your damage.
So it's my understanding, my 1d4 plus my beastie 1d4 plus the stratagem damage. That is going to be, all right, 17 plus 13 plus 19, 9 plus. So that's going to be 54 points of damage.
57.
Overall? 57. Thank you.
Yes.
Boom.
Y'all, as an aside, Jay told us that they've never played Pathfinder 2E before. So props. Like major
seconds
props.
Also said, oh, Silas isn't any good in combat. Like, can only do investigations.
I think Jay
Investors
lied.
are actually great in combat.
I just read it and they're like, oh yeah, as long as I can use my intelligence to fight, I could do a lot more things. I'm like, oh.
Yes, I feel duped. Like, are you a pool shark? Is this?
I was like, I can only investigate, but I'm like, oh, if I stratagem, oh, ongoing, oh, beast form, oh, I can use intelligence to fight.
You went.
He's just wandering around.
You got all
Pathfinder
the good combos.
Got all of them.
Okay.
Around into looking for groups like, oh, I haven't played this game before.
So it is the enforcer's number 1's turn. You see this one. You see her also take in a deep breath.
Oh no.
And what you notice is when she does that, all the bleeding that she took, the critical hit bleeding, it stops. And if somebody wants to roll me a knowledge religion check, I can give you an idea what that is.
I have an ability for that.
I'm zero surprise from my face.
Yeah,
Absolutely
where
zero
did that come
surprise.
from? You don't have abilities.
It's literally recall knowledge if I want to do stuff. That's a natural 20 on the die for religion.
Oh, wow.
That is, what's religion? That's going to be a 35.
I will just give you everything about this because you rolled a natural 20, and you got to stop doing that, by the way.
No.
Hashtag Oculus dice.
The Grey Gardeners enforcer draws a deep breath and holds it, temporarily suspending their biological processes and becoming undead. The Grey Gardener enforcer gains undead traits and becomes immune to bleed, death effects, disease, paralyzed, poison, and sleep. And such effects the Grey Gardener is currently suffering from suspended, but take effect once again that breath of the death grasp is released, and they can hold it up to 10 rounds. I normally you would have had to spend an action for this, but this is such a cool feature. I wanted to let you all give a chance to see it.
It's like he goes slow motion.
Curiosity.
Yeah.
By breathing, they become undead, or they're already kind of undead.
Once they start breathing again.
Once they start,
right?
they're basically, it allows them to take, they're normal humans, but this is a trained ability that has let them take on death traits, undead traits.
They just hold
only
their breath,
when
they
they
slow down the
inhale,
heart
right?
rates.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if they start
okay.
breathing again, yeah, I think.
Because
Yeah.
I have
the
an ability
idea.
that affects undead.
However,
They do
then
have the undead trait.
speaking of blood, speaking of bleeding, though, they're gonna go after you again, there, Silas.
I mean, that's fair.
You did
What did
some
Silas
damage
ever
to
do to
them.
any of them?
They're using their garrote, and they're attacking with a 20, a 28, and a 9. So I think only one of those lands, right?
Yeah, the only one hits.
Okay.
Is 28 within +2 of, or within 2? Like, if you got a +2 to AC, would you block that?
No, it would still meet it. So that
It still meets. Yeah.
And even then, there's a +2 because I forgot the flanking. So
Okay. Fair enough. I've got a reaction, but it only gives a +2.
So what happens is this rope goes around your neck, and you feel it closing in as it gives you 12 points of bleed. So on your turn, you will take 10 points of bleed. They're giving out that bleed as much as they're taking it. And you also took that's it. You took that. So every round you will get some bleed damage.
As long as I'm garroted or in general?
Just in general, it
It already
basically
did the thing. Okay.
tears across your throat and causes you to bleed. Yeah, so that was fun. And I think it doesn't like being in the middle here, so it's going to do a withdraw back out, and just to kind of split the party up a little bit and go.
Hey, I would love to take an attack of opportunity as a reaction, pretty please.
Go for it. I have yet to see an attack of opportunity in 2E, so go for it.
Amazing. I'm just making melee strike. Okay. All right.
And while she's calculating that,
All right.
we're getting near the end of our show. I
Go.
would love it. This is your last chance to get some donations in for our Jasper Game Day, our fundraiser. There will be others going on after us, and I hope you all watch those. But $5 adds a D4 to a player of your choice. $10 gives a player a hero point to a player of your choice. $15 gives me a hero point, which I love. $55 adds a monster of appropriate CR, and a $100 donation at this point, because we're so close to the end, adds a total party kill monster at the end of this show. So feel free to donate and help, and you're helping a good cause. So
That's a 34.
that's a definite hit. So give me your damage.
Excellent. 14 piercing damage.
All right. Yeah, that's a good damage. It's still up. It's still getting there, but it is looking the most beat up of all of these for sure. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, and now it is our favorite Leshy's turn. What would you like to do there, Bright?
That's me. All right, so Bright was already crafting one potion. They are currently holding on to that. Which ones? Actually, sorry. Silas, did you relay the information that while they hold their breath, they are undead?
As Silas was investigating, does the rambling version of talking about undead, the history of undead, how bodies decompose. But in the middle of that, there was some good information.
For sure. So Bright's gonna do the same thing they did last time. Quick craft 2 healing potions as an action, and then they're gonna spend 2 actions to throw both of these potions at at the most hurt undead one.
Okay. That would be the one by Tali. So go for it. Throw your attack.
That is a 35 and a 28.
Those both hit.
Alright, so I got something here. I think it's called Blessed Toxins or something like that. Blessed something. Let's see. I'll check my feet just for you. Blessed Tonic. That gives my healing potions the positive trait, which would damage undead.
Okay.
So that will be a total of 40 damage.
Ow. So what do you do? What does it look like when your bombs kill this first enforcer?
I think Bright's like, hey, you're not breathing. Let me help. And then throws these healing potions at this enforcer, and it very likely, like, I imagine, like, one of them hits them in the chest, causes them to breathe in just a little bit of it, and they just, like, kind of flop to the ground, because Bright doesn't want to kill anybody.
Okay. Do you still have actions left, right? I think you have one left.
No, that was it. I brewed potions and then threw 2 for attack.
Okay.
I have something to confess. I didn't read my stuff. I was supposed to deal an extra 3d6 damage on my strikes.
that makes
same.
Well.
For the future of this combat,
Make sure we yell at Maria.
I did forget a
Do all
big
that
part of
damage.
being a swashbuckler, which is sometimes
I thought
you
the
do
damage
get
seemed a
mad
little
damage.
low, but as the villain, I was okay with that. Okay,
Whoops.
but luckily it is time to make up for that because it is your turn.
Excellent. Okay. How is our good friend Silas looking at this particular time?
On a scale of 1 to help, please.
1 to help. Okay.
Now Silas
Alright.
is more than half okay.
Okay.
Like my ribs re-broke again and my neck's a little itchy.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave you for now, and it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
I'm going to get a strike off on this particular individual. Let's do hopefully 3 strikes, but I might not need 3 strikes now that I know that I can just everything. I'm gonna do a stunishing finisher, trying to stun this individual, striking with a first action. 31 to hit.
31 will hit.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 21 points of damage. And they need to make a fortitude save. DC 28.
Okay. Fortitude, huh? That would be a 26.
Amazing. The target cannot use reactions until its next turn, which is great, because then I'm just going to use my second action to just boop, 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 boop. I think I have enough to get around here to the other side, giving flanking. And I'm going to use my third action to strike again.
Go for it.
Let's make this... Oh, I'm not going to do that. I have something called an impaling finisher, which impales and hits the person behind, and I don't want to hit my friends. That would be bad.
Usually.
Okay. We'll do...
Silas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you impale, they can't run. They'll be like a shish kebab, and we
Hey,
just
there you
kinda-
go.
Also,
We'll do
Silas
this...
has HP to spare.
That's true. A couple of them. We'll
Like
do this
3.
as a confident finisher. Making a strike. Oh. That's only a 26.
Let me check. A 26 will do it.
Okay, excellent.
If it meets,
Perfect. So 16 22 28 points of damage.
Ow. Okay. He is looking exceedingly weak, but he is still up. And he cannot use any responses or any. So it is going to be. It is now his turn, coincidentally, though. So what's he going to do? What do I want him to do? Okay, he is going to attack. Actually, he's going to attack you now because you just did some serious damage to him there, Bell. So he's going to use his maul. A 21, a 27, and a 13.
27 is the only one that just hits.
Okay, that is 16 points of damage.
That would've hurt.
As he hits you with his maul, he does put a small rip in your brand new shirt. So.
Oh well, I did just pay good money for that. You said
Silas, it's your
16?
turn. Yep.
Just making sure. Okay.
Silas
Yep,
turn?
it is.
Are they considered flanked?
Or no, I'm sorry, not Silas. Tally, it's your turn.
Oh.
Excellent. So, which of these two is looking worse? The one that's flanked between those two, or the one kind of over by Brait?
The one that's being flanked is the one that is in the worst condition.
Okay. Let's see if we can just get that friend over the line there. So let's see. If I already reloaded, I am going to use. Oh no, where is it called? Fulminating shot when I can find it again. So as an action, I basically am channeling my magic into my blast of my bullet, just like charging up this gun with some fire energy because that seemed like it did fine. I'm gonna keep going at that. That's gonna give me some additional damage if I hit on this turn. So then I'm going to line up a strike on the one that is between those two.
All right.
That's probably plenty. 36.
Yeah, that's actually that's more than 10. So you get a critical. You get to double that. You get the critical effect. So
Cool. I think I also have a critical effect on this and a fatal tag. Hold on. Fatal trait includes the die size on critical hit. The weapon's damage die increase to that die size instead of the normal die size, and the weapon adds one additional damage die of the listed size. Do I do that instead of the standard crit?
yes.
Okay. So that means instead of 2d6, I'm changing my die size up to 2d10, but then it's also an additional die of that size. Wait, no, additional die of the listed size. So I'll get an extra d6 and then 2d10.
That's all.
I think. Oh, I've also get the extra d6 from the fulminating shot that I charged up as well. So let's just roll those.
It's a lot of d6s, my friend.
Okay, so that's 9, 13, 5, so 18 plus my 4 bonus, so 22, and then I think that's it. Oh, yeah, that is. Sorry, 23 because I still have the last strike of the thing I started off with. That was third strike I rolled, so 23 total, I believe.
And that's against the one that's being flanked, right? Just to double check.
Yes, yeah, the one in between those two.
So what does it look like when you murder this beast?
I just like stand there for a quick second, focusing, and fire energy is popping out of this makeshift slide gun. Probably, I assume that Tally built this herself, just strapping a bunch of barrels to a thing. So it just charges up. We still line up a shot and just like shoot this huge fire blast that ruins this undead person or partially undead person.
All right. Well, you have eliminated that creature.
Mhm.
Our finish time is up, right? We're at 6:30, right? I just wanna make
Almost.
sure.
Close.
So I'm gonna wrap this up then.
Damn, I had a special move to use too.
So Silas, I will let you use that because if you can get it in while this person is making a full run, it's going no.
Yep.
Why are you
So
doing this?
my knuckles are unique because they have a special rune on it. I should have read my stuff. They have returning on them, so I literally chuck my knuckles as I do like ranged punches to chuck my knuckles at it to try and brutally beat this person from a distance.
Wow.
That is the lowest is 36 to hit.
Yeah, you hit.
So all three hit.
Yeah.
Just do some quick bam 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 bam. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. That is going to be +7. That's going to be 70 points of damage. If they're still undead, that does add because they also have they do 1d6 to undead. So if they still have that trait, they take a little more.
If they happen to have more than 70 something hit points left.
Yeah.
They collapse and die. And you have murdered all of these creatures. So with that, you have come to your first fight hurdle, but unfortunately the last battle of our session because our time is up, I believe. So this adventure, the Night of the Grey Death, is a trip, and I recommend anybody playing this because it is a blast, and I wish we could get farther. Thank you to everyone who supported us today and supported Jasper's game day. I hope you all had a hilarious and fun time because I know I did. Once again, my name is Dustin. You can find me on Twitter at DustinAlexander, and I host multiple podcasts, which you can find on Fantastic Worlds Podcast, fantasticworldspod.com. Jay, want to give us your info as well?
Yeah, so it's been a day. Silas is who I got to play, and you can call me Jay. Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual, Casual Creativity over on Twitch. Variety streamer, taking a break for the holidays and coming back pretty intense for January. I'm also one of the community organizers for the Initiative Order, who are also ambassadors for Jasper Game Day because we believe in the entire concept, because you're all natural 20s to me and I love you all dearly. I'm also creating my own anime-inspired Ttrpg that's 5e compatible, where you can live the awesome anime experiences that are from Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Yu Yu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop, and so much more. You can follow that on Deep Breath RPG at Twitter and our website, Deep Breath RPG. That's DEEP Bread THRPG.com.
Okay, Belle/Maria, why don't you go there?
Hi, it's me. I'm Maria. I'm on the internet at Happy Capster. I am a variety streamer. You can catch me streaming after this week. I'm also on a holiday break here on Twitch. I stream a variety of things like video games, arts, talk shows, and soon maybe TTRPGs. Who knows? It's a mystery. But I am also part of the Waffles Maple Syrup crew with our bi-weekly Pathfinder game, which Waffles, I can let you talk about that more because it's your thing. I'm also part of Mythos Mystery Society, where we also play spooky, funny games every once in a while. And last but not least, I am the community manager and production manager for Goblin Society Games. Right now we have a compendium of 300 magic items, Mercreg's Compendium of Curios, available on our drive-thru RPG store. You can find it either through our Twitter at Society Goblins or on our website, goblinsocietygames.com. Check us out. We've got lots of things planned for this coming year. Let's go. I'm done.
Waffles.
That's me. I got quite a few things to ramble off, so I'm going to try to go fast. Waffles Maple Syrup, one word, everywhere. That's where you can find us, YouTube, etc., etc., etc. Starfinder, Homebrew, Tuesdays, every night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursdays, every other Thursday, Outcast and Outclass, Pathfinder 2E, Strength of Thousands AP, that Maria, Duval, myself, and Star Shinobi playing with Syrup GMing. I am streaming a Jasper's Game Day tomorrow, same time slot. I will be the GM there. I'm also the press release coordinator for Jasper's Game Day. Jasper's Game Day is something that's like dearly, very near to my heart. Suicide's something I've dealt with personally back in the military. So we're just happy that we are able to support them every way we can.
And then finally, Tally/Zach.
Hello. I'm Zach. You can find me on the internet places at Zachary20XX. Zachary like my name, 20XX like the bad cyberpunk trope. I catch me on Twitter. I'm not doing a lot of TTRPG stream stuff right now, but I don't know, maybe. Keep an eye out for that. And then also streaming on Twitch. I suppose a variety streamer to some degree. Just finished up Breath of the Wild. Been doing some Metroid Dread speed runs because that's been ruining my life lately. Just all I can think about, really. I think that's all of my things. Thank you.
All right. Well, it's exactly 6:30 Eastern time. Thank you so much, and you all have a wonderful day, evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.